Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. The silence have taken over and it's... Wait, what was I just saying? Hello everyone, welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast, the only one of which that exists in the entire world, that is. My name is Nathan. As always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, my beautiful breast friend, that's a fucking... Sigmund Freud. My beautiful best friend. Fucking hell, this is ruined. A beautiful man himself. His name is Lawrence Thomas. I see. Hello, sir. How are you today?
Hello. It was highly complimentary about certain attributes of mine.
I didn't mean to say that, but clearly I've got breasts on the brain.
Clearly.
I don't know what's going on there. But sure, wow.
This must be a record broken for how quickly we've got Nathan barking in the studio.
Okay,
Still Got Legs studio.
I am not doing any barking yet. Okay.
Okay, yet.
Little
important
sizzle.
Distinction.
Little sizzle. Hello.
Hello.
How's life?
I feel like we're so thrown off by this breast thing.
Stop focusing on breasts, Lawrence. God.
Oh, now I'm barking.
You're so obsessed with breasts.
Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. Nathan, I'm well. How are you? Did you ask me how I was, or did you say hi?
Yes, I asked you how you were.
I'm very well. I've got a Strongbow strawberry cider. Don't know about you.
I have got a Heineken pure malt lager. Ooh. One of them sounds nicer than the other. It ain't mine.
No, I like my Strongbow cider. I've been having a few blood oranges. I think I mentioned it on the last Another Happy Pod. But I've been getting into my fruity ciders because there's been a tiny tint of sun. And as much as I don't like the heat, it is cider weather.
Pissed it down today.
I had a little bit of rain. I didn't have too much. But it fucking, absolutely cascaded down the other day. Anyway, that's the weather report for everyone.
That's the weather. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed catching up on the weather. What are we here to do?
We're here to talk about Doctor Who. It rhymed. Everyone loves rhymes.
Sure.
Bust the rhymes.
What is this? Stop. Stop this, best friend.
I was trying to get one up on you.
Shut up, Lawrence, you beautiful, friendly person. You're very nice.
I don't like this.
You're a beautiful man, okay?
All right.
You're a beautiful, lovely person, okay?
Somehow, your eyes are betraying you. No one else can see them.
I'm just saying, you're a beautiful person. And if for whatever reason, if anyone, happens to somehow get the wrong impression and think that our friendship is entirely built on me just constantly bullying you and that I'm a horrible, horrible person, and perhaps I should probably, take some steps to rectify that and just tell you how beautiful and lovely and how much I cherish our friendship.
Even amongst this cascade of compliments, I still feel like it's demeaning to be like, oh, Lawrence, well, I always bully you, so I'll toss you one this week.
No, resist. Let's get into the episode, shall we? So this is episode 76 of Still Got Legs, and episode 76 of the revival era of Doctor Who. It is series 6, episode 2, written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Toby Haynes. It is indeed Day of the Moon, the concluding part of this opening 2-part blockbuster smash hit. Hello, America episode. Here we go.
You said last week that it's I'm really worried about next week going downhill visually because this is so good. It's really nice to look at this episode. It's a very, very pretty piece of telly.
It's very beautiful. I don't think you need to worry too much about next week.
Is it? Oh, does it extend? Does it go on for a bit?
Oh, okay. So some clarification is needed. Okay. So last week when I said it doesn't last, okay, I was talking about one very specific moment. Okay.
Oh, okay.
In one very specific episode, and we're a ways off that. Okay.
Okay.
So do not worry. Okay.
I could have just been bringing this up every week. Like, when does it get bad, Nathan?
There will be a point, and you will come to me, and you will say, "Was that it?" And I will say yes, and you will notice. Okay. So Let's not fret. Don't worry about it for now. Okay.
All right.
But we will. Let's put a pin in that. And we will come back to it. Okay, we will revisit it.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, fine. Do you want to do general thoughts? You've been saying recently you're not a fan.
I want to just, first of all, say, does anybody have any mashed potatoes?
Okay.
Because what a banger, all right? What an episode. What a two-parter. What a storyline, all right? What a picture. What a motion picture movie. God, I love cinema.
Remind me, was last week a banger too?
Of course it was. These are all bangers.
You are getting so careless with these. You're tossing out bangers.
Look, because the bangers keep getting tossed to me, all right? I can't help it. I can't help it if potatoes have been thrown at me left, right, and center, all right? All right?
You're just a messenger.
I cannot say, well, I had a banger last week, so I can't have one this week, all right? That's not how it works. If
That's
it's
true.
a banger, it's a banger, okay? I don't make
Okay.
the rules. I just enforce them by death, okay? So,
You're just God's messenger. You're just here to guide us all to the bangers.
I am God's strongest soldier, okay? And I am
What does that
here.
make me? Does that make me Joseph?
You are a lovely person.
I don't like
You
this.
are a beautiful man and my best friend, okay?
I hate this so much more. Everyone stop giving him credit for bullying me, and then he'll go back to normal. It's fine.
Do you know that meme of that guy where he's like trying to restrain something and he's like,
Yeah.
that's gonna be me by the end of this episode.
I don't know whether I should enjoy this and bask in it or just hate it more and more as it goes on.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Lawrence, what did you think of this episode this week?
I really like it up until a point.
Okay, well, I guess we'll discover what that point is.
We certainly will. Oh, also, by the way, I was thinking about this, and I don't know how you fit.
point, and then it's all downhill from there.
No, it's not all downhill. There's a plot point in this that I'm a bit iffy on.
Shut up. I mean, you're very valid to have your own opinions and thoughts.
Thank you, Nate.
What was you going to say?
I wanted to bring this up. I don't know whether we should commit to this or not. I don't know if it's something that people would want. There's so many bangers being tossed about. Do you think we should make some kind of theme?
Well, no, that would never work. We would never do that. That would be stupid.
Yeah, you're right. That would be stupid.
If we did do that and it was like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 minutes long or something and just completely incomprehensible, and maybe even the person who made it just broke character halfway through it and then just like did something stupid, like no one would want to hear that.
I don't think so. Yeah, look, bad idea. I shot it. That's fine. Shoot me down. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we move on?
The joke here is that we did it, but we forgot because the silence influenced us to do that. Anyway, so let's pick up where we left off last week. But we won't, Lawrence. We'll flash forward 3 months, okay?
Yeah.
It's 3 months later, Lawrence, okay? So if you had any thoughts or hopes about picking up where we left off, too bad. We're on the move, okay? We're running through the Utah desert. Well, Amy is. Amy's on the run through the Utah desert. She's been chased by Canton, of all people. Some shenanigans have been going on off screen. And he just fucking shoots her.
He is the coldest motherfucker in this opening sting, right?
He's
He just
brutal.
tosses a body bag to Amy, and she's like, "It's empty. How about that?"
Yeah, brutal, man. He's cold. He pulls out his little gun. You see his little gun?
Is it littler than normal, or does he have big hands?
I don't think the gun has changed size, if that's what you're implying.
I was just doing a little silly.
Okay. It's just a little gun, all right? He's got a little gun. And I think that's fine.
He's got to keep it compact in his two-piece, hasn't he?
Sure.
He's got to tuck it away behind the waistband, not intruding on his cake.
I don't like that at all. But sure, he pulls out his little gun. He shoots Amy dead, or so we think, but spoiler alert. And yeah, she gets supposedly shot. The doctor is in Area 51. But he's looking a little bit different, Lawrence, isn't he? What's going on with the doctor's look here? Please tell us all about it.
Nathan, the doctor has a scraggly beard and long hair.
Is it a scraggly beard? And also, he grew this in 3 months, all right?
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's impressive. For 3 months to grow a beard this big, but also the hair quite long as well in 3 months? That's quite impressive. But he is a Time Lord.
Yeah, we don't know how that kind of shit works for him.
Yeah. Maybe he's got to shave like every hour or something. I don't
know. We just never see those scenes.
He's always taking a break just mid-adventure just to have a quick shave.
There's a setting on the Sonic, and it just cuts it down.
The best a Time Lord can get.
Oh, very good. Very nice. No, look, I like this look. I think it is a bit of a scraggly beard, but it works for this kind of... He's in a straight jacket. It's the messy vibe. I feel like he does kind of comb it down later on pre-Sting. And it looks so much worse, I think.
No, I don't think it does.
Do you not?
What do you mean? Sorry.
So he has a scraggly beard when he's locked up.
Yeah.
And then, spoiler alert, we're not there yet, but he gets out and then he's like, it just comes out of the TARDIS and he's like, check out this fucking rocket.
Yeah.
And he's had a chance to slick his hair back a bit more and comb his beard down.
Oh, I kind of
so
like
it's
that
less
look.
wiry.
I kind of like that look.
Really?
Yeah, that's pre-Sting, by the way.
That's what I said. I said pre-Sting.
Oh, did you? I thought you said post-Sting. Sorry.
You'll never catch me slipping.
My mistake. You're a beautiful man and you've never done anything wrong in your life.
I hate this so much. Because it reeks of disingenuousness.
I like that Area 51 is just a big warehouse, and then in the back they just have A51 on like the hangar door, like just in case you didn't know where you were in this top secret base, you know.
Well, you say it's a top secret base. What's inside it is top secret, but everyone knows where Area 51 is.
Well, yeah, but you can't just go there.
No, I think you can get pretty damn close before you're turned away.
You can get close. You can go to the general location, but as soon as you're within like a certain amount, like they are pulling up on you, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Leave now."
I've heard stories about like how like you can approach it with the car radio on, and the car radio just switches off.
Yeah, it's
past
like a dead
threshold.
zone. It's like a dead zone or something. Yeah.
What a fucking horrendously scary place America can be.
I can see the idea behind like the theories about Area 51 that's like ballooned out and stuff, but I think it's probably just like a weapons testing place or something like that. Really,
I think so. There's a reason it's in the fucking barren desert.
Yeah,
like,
well, it's not that barren. It's Nevada. It's like
but they're not close to stuff.
Well, Vegas isn't too far. Maybe, I don't know. Again, famously, I don't know American geography, so who knows? I could be wrong.
We're just shooting the shit.
I'm just pretending like I know when I don't. So,
all right. What do you make of scraggly beard? Do you prefer combed down?
I like the beard look, man. We've never seen the Doctor with a beard, as far as I know, anyway. So I like this.
Oh yeah, saying that, yeah. You'd think what are good opportunities for him to have had a beard in New Who when he was the Master's dog?
Yeah, 10 when he was a prisoner. Yeah. 10 could have had a good beard.
Could have had a good. Is there any other episodes where he's had to like lay down and kind of be out of the action?
Christmas Invasion could have grown a nice beard.
Yeah, well, he could have had a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, but that was like his first introduction. You don't really want to give him a new look on his first episode.
You'd be like, is this the look?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shooty's got a mustache, which is...
I love that tash.
Yeah, it's got a beautiful little mustache.
We need to say what this is way too down the line spoilers talk. The suit. It doesn't. Hang on. Is hair in suit talk? How does this work?
Hair is part of suit talk, I think. Yeah, it's just
okay.
Suit talk is just shorthand for the overall look now of the Doctor. So I think, and no, it's not just the Doctor; it's now ballooned out to any character. So I think it's fine. Okay.
Okay.
This is how language evolves over time. Okay, this is how stuff works. This is etymology. Etymology, is that it?
Yep. If I say yes, will you move on and not question it?
Okay, sure, yes.
Then yes.
And you're a beautiful man, and you know what that means, and I shouldn't believe
Thank you.
That.
Thank you very much.
So River is in New York. She's going through like some sort of half-built skyscraper, and there's silence there, and she's marking herself. She's putting these little markings on her arms, and she's like, I see you, boys. I see you. I see you. She marks herself. But she's also on the run from Canton and his boys. So it seems like Canton's hunting down this TARDIS team for some reason.
He's on the warpath. We don't know what's gotten into Canton.
We don't know what's happened in these 3 months, but he's not a bloody happy bunny. And River tells him that like America is occupied by the Silence. Basically, they've infiltrated everywhere. Basically, and then she just fucking tops herself.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
We'll get there in a second, but it's like a bleak intro, isn't it? Like if you were just sat down on the sofa, like my kids didn't tell me what happened last week. I'm sure it wasn't too crazy. They're all dead.
They're all dead within the opening minute. Sorry. No, she falls back. She leaps backwards off the building. She just like falls off it basically, and she's like, "See you later, boys. There's always a way out. I'm out of here."
I'm sure we've spoken about this before, but I love the confidence that River is just always down to do this. Like, Get out of jail free card is get to a story and yeet off it.
We'll talk about that more in a moment or so. But yes, I do.
Okay.
I do enjoy that. We go back to Area 51, and Canton is informing the Doctor of River, and he says like, "Oh, once again these markings are appearing," and the Doctor's like, "Well, you're building a little prison here. I see. You're building a prison out of these space bricks, these dwarf star alloy neutron net science word space bricks, and stuff." Pretty cool.
You tried harder than I did. I wrote down magic bricks.
I was gonna do it word for word, but I was running out of time, so I just I didn't write down exactly what he said. But yeah, he's got these space bricks, and he basically works out that Canton and the CIA, I guess, are building him the perfect prison. To which he says, "And it still won't be enough." Oh, I love these moments from the Doctor. These little vengeful moments of "you should fear the fuck out of me" moments.
You should, and they do. I love this about the design of like the little prison they're building him. It's just got a bunch of. Well, he's in a straitjacket, firstly, which is hilarious that they think like it can hold him.
Yeah.
And the other thing is funny is that there's just a bunch of like, you know, at train stations there's the yellow line, do not cross.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them, but they're just everywhere. Like, there's a circle around the Doctor, there's a bigger square around that circle, and then there's an outer perimeter where it's like, all right, like, I guess just like science nerds, you really don't cross this one.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. So they're building some kind of super space prison from these super space bricks that they have. I guess it's Area 51, sure, they can have these super space bricks, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
fine.
Actually, I completely forgot about, like, the time period.
Yeah, it's the 60s. Yeah, it's 69. Yeah.
Makes all the nerds at Apollo 11 feel a bit redundant, to be honest.
Exactly, yeah. They're building... Well, there's the CIA and NASA, they have different budgets, I guess.
Yeah, but you might help a brother out in the continued mission of the glory of America in the Civil War. Not Civil War.
Civil War?
You know what I mean. You know the war.
Civil War?
The arms race, Nathan. You know what I meant.
It's an easy mistake to make, Lawrence. Everyone can make that mistake, and it could happen to anyone. And you're beautiful, and
God.
and fucking idiot. And it's an easy mistake to make. Okay.
You want to talk? I'm so glad that happened this week. To be honest. You want to talk about Freudian slips? I think I got off worse than your breast faux pas at the start.
Maybe. That is...
Dear Lord.
Yeah, well, look. Rory is on top of some dam. Maybe it's a famous dam. I don't know, dams. But he's on top of some kind of dam. And once again, Canton and his boys are on the hunt. And I mean, this is like the coldest death of them all.
Just gunned down.
Yeah, just point blank, shoot him in the head. And also, is there a dig at his looks as well?
Was there?
I don't know, because like he says, I think Canton says to him, well, I wanted you to run because it looks better when you run away. But then again, looks on everything when he goes to shoot him.
Oh, I think that was just his cold line of like, I'll gun you down, I'll assassinate you, I don't give a fuck.
I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, especially with what's going on with Rory this episode, but maybe...
Yeah, true.
Maybe it's... I don't know. But
and considering that the show just takes pot shots at anyone's appearance at any point.
It's true. No one is safe, okay?
Yeah, they're really not. Unless you're Amy.
Unless you're David Tennant, okay?
Yeah.
Or Amy, yeah. You're not really safe.
Oh, you're both so skinny and sexy with your big legs.
So hot.
Oh, it's so disgusting how fucking sexy you are.
Anyway, yeah, so Rory's killed. This is his fourth death. Okay, so wait, let's count them. Let's go back. Okay. So we have Amy's choice gets killed by an old lady. Okay.
Yep.
Erased from, but dream scenario. Okay.
Enormous L.
Enormous L. Second enormous L. He gets killed by sexy Alea herself. Well, actually, no. He gets shot by sexy Alea. And then the light from the crack wraps around him and he's erased from time. Okay?
Two enormous L's.
Third death, he perishes in the fires of the London Blitz as the last Centurion.
Does he? Wait, hang on. Does he die there, though?
No, but there's like a moment where it says, and he's dead. And Amy's like, oh, he's dead and stuff. So it counts, okay?
Oh, because if this one counts.
Yes. If you think he's dead for a moment, it counts as a death, okay?
Okay, yeah.
And this is his fourth on-screen, well, I guess his third on-screen death, but his fourth death in the story, in that he gets shot and he's dead.
crazy accomplishment considering he wasn't even technically a series regular last series.
I know. And now he's on his 4th death in the opening story to Series 6. Truly wild stuff.
Incredible work. But anyway, Nathan, a plot twist. There's always a twist at the end, you could say.
I don't know what that means. Shut up. The body bags of Amy and Rory are dragged into the doctor's cell, which is now complete. Canton closes the door while he's monologuing, but then we learn it's all been a ruse, a trick, a flim flam, if you will. Because Amy and Rory are absolutely fine. They both wake up in their body bags. Rory's saying these things could really do with air holes, to which Canton replies he's never had any complaints before.
Canton is 3 for 3 on one-liners already, by the way.
He's studying action movies, my God. He is, I don't know how, because he's from the 60s and they haven't really been invented yet, but he is somehow studying 80s action movies, okay?
He's got those magic bricks. Maybe he's at home with somehow copies of Die Hard from the future, and he's like, "Whoa, these are sick, incredible."
Maybe Area 51 have a time window, but I don't know what that is. Anyway,
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, no, I mean, I never heard of that. Anyway, fuck. Where are we?
Well, hang on, real quick. How fun would it be to just? I know, they're in a bit of a life and death stakes scenario, right? But can you imagine just being able to deadweight in a body bag, just be transported about the shop?
You ever tried to pick up someone who's deadweight? It's near impossible. It's almost impossible.
It's not a pleasant experience, but I'm thinking about it now, because if they slide them across the floor, that could be quite fun to be a part of, right?
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. But then if they're also thinking these guys are dead and also they were war criminals or whatever, so if they just start tossing them about and you're not allowed to even go, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we don't have to be careful. We can just drag them down the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so they could be really, really done in by
they're dead. They're not going to complain, so...
Yeah.
But then you should be respectful of the dead. But...
No, these guys shot them!
But they didn't. Amy and Rory didn't shoot anyone.
No, but they were hunting them down. They're not going to be like, you know what the American team spirit is like. They're not going to be like, we should be
Amy and Rory weren't hunting anyone down.
No, but the guys, the men in black were.
Yeah.
So when they killed them.
Yeah, but I think we're making the same point, but from different angles. Anyway.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. So it's all been a ruse. Canton's actually in on it. He's not an evil bad guy. He's a beautiful man. And they're all like, hey, we're here. The TARDIS is in the prison and it's just invisible. It's on invisible mode again. Doctor clicks open the doors to the TARDIS, and then Canton has a line where he says, Dr. Song, she jumped off a tower, and the Doctor just says, don't worry, she does that. So,
it's so good.
So this is just like a regular occurrence, I guess. He tells Rory and Amy to go and open all the doors to the swimming pool. And they run off to various they run off through various staircases, and then we cut back to River falling off the tower, but then we see her just fall straight into the TARDIS, and there's a little splish of water coming out the door.
It's so wonky.
It's very wonky, but I love it though. I love it so much, and I love the idea. This is like what you were saying a moment ago, but I love the idea that River just has so much faith in the Doctor that she can just happily jump off a building and know he'll be there to catch her. It's a bit of a bootstrap paradox, because for him to be there, he has to know at some point that she has jumped, and to know that someone has to. I don't know. Paradoxes are confusing, but I think
Canton
it might be
tells him here.
Yeah, Canton tells him here. So there's definitely a time window. So that means Canton didn't. Well, I don't fucking know, because time can change. But at some point there wasn't a TARDIS there. Okay, so. But maybe there was. I don't know.
At some point, River's just a smashed bit of sauce on the fucking pavement. Yeah.
But maybe not. I don't know. Paradoxes are confusing.
Either way, I can forgive it looking a bit hokey, because I just love the way that the splash happens, and they got no time to be like, this is something silly, right? It just cuts to River drying her hair, walking about the console, and I'm just like, this is a Tuesday for you, isn't it? He's just having a great time.
I love this. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Where are we? So
Apollo 11.
Yes, they have a secret weapon, and then they go to the launch of Apollo 11, and then they're like, Apollo 11's your secret weapon, Doctor? And he's like, of course not, that's stupid. It's Neil Armstrong's big bloody foot, boys.
I like this little stupid gag. It's
Yeah.
just earnest, isn't it? It's very fun.
It is. Neil Armstrong's foot. Title sequence. We're off.
Sting in L. Yep. The Doctor starts injecting the TARDIS team with little hand chips. He's just kind of...
Yes, but... okay.
There's a lot of information.
There
right?
is. This is a big exposition dialogue heavy sequence. Okay, it's all in the TARDIS. The team are debriefing. Basically, we're trying to see what's happened over the last 3 months. There is a quick note. I will just quickly mention that Amy does say she's not pregnant. Okay, so that was kind of a cliffhanger to last week. She says, "Oh no, don't worry about it. Everything's fine." And I'm sure it is. Nothing to worry about there.
This will never be brought up again. I'm certain of it.
Let's move on from that.
I like him checking in though. It's very cute. In amongst all this, he just pulls her to the side and is like, you good?"
Yes. It does beg the question of exactly what happened, because we don't get a concrete answer. We just we get little snippets and flashbacks to like them being chased by the silence and trying to get out of the warehouse, but then everything just gets hazy, really, which I guess works because they also don't remember. They also don't really know what the fuck has been going on, because they've been having these encounters over the last 3 months and there's just blocks missing. I
love that little tiny flashback to like Canton being like, "There's nothing behind me." Oh no!
Oh, there is. There's a big thing behind me.
But like it's a perfect kind of quick re-establish the stakes from last week, but also it's just like it really drums home how terrifying it is that when you turn around to run away from this thing, you forget why you turned around to run away.
Yeah,
and like that's horrendously scary.
But I guess you would still know that you're running away, though. You would still have that fear, and you would still have that instinct, I guess. But you're just not sure of it, which makes it even scarier, really.
Well, that's kind of what they talk about here, right? That it can stuff can carry through.
Yeah,
the hypnotic thing. I don't want to jump ahead, but yeah.
So the TARDIS team are debriefing. They're like trying to figure out exactly. They're talking about the creatures and how they work and all that. And they mention that they've been marking their skin, so because that's the only way to know that when they've had an encounter with them. And then the Doctor, he injects everyone with these little nano recorders. So the moment they see one of them, they can just activate this little button in their hand, this little activator, and then it will record them, and they can describe what they see, and the light will flash red if they've left their self a message. And he explains this, and then suddenly everyone is looking at Canton very weirdly.
He's like, "Oh, that's cool, Doctor."
Yeah.
What's the matter?
As he straightens the Doctor's bow tie, and then he notices his own hand is flashing red.
It's so cool, right? Because the Doctor's already, in this scene, he establishes it as like, we're not fighting an invasion, we're starting a revolution.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's a cool way of framing it, right? A big time cool way of framing it. But yeah, just the fact that like we get to see it from Canton's perspective.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, like it's that, like, that's
like,
how simple it is.
He just like briefly looks over his shoulder and then looks back. And like, he doesn't notice anything. He just looks over his shoulder and then he's turning back and he's suddenly straightening the Doctor's bow tie. And then everyone's looking at him like, and he's like, what's going on? You know? Yeah.
It's so cool that they do it from that perspective. Cause like, I don't know. We kind of always saw the silence last week, right? We never got this.
Yeah. There was no moments of seeing it from their perspective. Well, I guess we wouldn't know.
Now we're really confused.
I don't know.
No, it's a really cool way of doing it, because obviously it just puts us in the shoes, right? It showed it's a hard thing to comprehend, so the show just outright went, "We did it for you." That's how fucking confusing it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So they used the picture that Amy took on her phone to create a hologram of the creature. But they can never remember what it looks like. The Doctor tells, like, he brings up the hologram and then he says to everyone, "You just saw an image of the creature. Describe it." And they're like, "Can't, boss." He's like, "Yeah, no, me neither. We're fucked."
Yeah. That moment when the Doctor says "me neither," I'm like, "Oh shit, it's kind of fucked at this point." Yeah.
That is how you know things are pretty fucked up. Anyway, go for a piss. We'll be back in a moment.
All right.
So the team kind of break up from here. Amy and Canton go off to investigate a children's home, looking for...
Well, hold your horses. Did we establish the post-hypnotic suggestion? Because that's a big thing.
Yeah. So there's post-hypnotic suggestion. Yeah. So that's why Canton was straightening the Doctor's bow tie.
Yeah. Anyway, from this point, the team then break up. No. Right, it's a thing. It's the idea of something like an instruction can linger after the memory connection is broken. So you'll forget the silence, but it's very important that if they've told you to do something, you're still in the back of your head, you're going to have this nagging thing like, I should go do that.
Yeah. I wonder if that'll come up at all.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
It's a big theme of the episode. Anyway. Amy and Canton go to investigate a children's home looking for the little girl, the mysterious little girl, whoever she is. I love this, man. This is so great. Everything from the setting, the rain, the lightning, the spooky old building, the way it's dressed, the writing on the wall, the man whose brain is just fucking cooked to pieces because he's just had these creatures just fucking, I don't know, just eating his brain for the last few years, man. He is cooked, and he's like, well, I'm sorry, we're closing down in 67, I think.
It reminded me of the Auntie Donna condomery thing. Like, I've been down the old condomery.
Okay, that's great.
No, it's so cool. Right, firstly, the location looks incredible.
So good.
Like, there's this whole like kind of, it's just like so dark. It feels like something out of like a horror survival game.
Yeah.
Like just walking around in it, like those characters where they're like mostly in darkness, apart from a couple of times the light seeps through like a crack in the window, and you're like, oh.
And there's a big like flash of lightning, and then it will momentarily illuminate the place.
And you'll get to see all those details, and I'm like, oh, there's a load of wood and shit on the floor. Just stuff the props and like the props department of just like, let's just break a panel of wood, throw it on the floor.
Yeah, the place is like clearly abandoned. It's clearly like no one's living there apart from this guy and like 1,000 fucking silence or whatever. But like there's all these like big messages on the wall. They're written in like, it's probably like red paint, but I suppose it's supposed to give the idea of like written in blood, I guess. But like,
yeah, I wrote that it's way too thick for blood.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely not. I don't think it's supposed to be blood. Just like the idea of it, just because it's red paint. But yeah, there's all these messages like saying like, get out, leave now, run, and all this sort of stuff. And Amy's like, oh, is that the kids who do that? And he's like, yes, the children.
Yeah, he's like, sure.
It must be the children. Because, again, his mind is just so fucking cooked. And, like, as you see him trying to, like, clean it off, you see it written on his arm as well. The same message, like, get out. Like, clearly it's him who has wrote these messages for himself. But he just cannot remember it because he's so fucking fried.
That kind of frying, that's the saddest part, right? Because it's just, like, just over and over again, these people have just wiped his memory clean. Yeah. So it just like I love this idea of like it's happened to him so frequently that the world has moved on without him, and he's hopelessly left behind. It's happened so much
that he's lost years of his life.
Yeah,
he's literally lost years. At one point, he says the school or the orphanage or whatever the fuck it is they're planning to close in 67, where it's 1969, my guy. And he's like, why are you saying that? Of course it's not. It's whatever it is, 63 or whatever the fuck he thinks it is. But man, it's fucked. It's cooked.
It's very fucked. And so likely is the Apollo 11, now that the doctor's finished tinkering with it.
Yeah, well, Amy gives the doctor a call, and she's like, we found this guy, and he's fucked. And he's like, yeah, he's probably fucked. While he's just, like, doing some rewiring work. We don't know what he's doing. It's just vague rewiring work. But then, like, the camera pulls away, and we see he's inside the Apollo 11 landing module. He's been caught by some scientists or whatever. And he says, what is it he says? He says, don't worry, I put everything back how I found it. Except this. Well, there's always a bit left over, isn't there?
I love how like simple the joke is, because it's like it's one of the moments where like we're so used to seeing the Doctor tinker with stuff in a little close up, and they're just pulling out, and it's just like, oh, there's just a spare part of the Apollo 11 rocket. Like,
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, I'm sure this is fine. We don't need that. Did you like how when the image pulled out to the full Apollo 11? And just the Doctor just got a bit flat for a second.
Yeah, he did, just a tiny bit.
Just a little bit flat for a second,
Yeah, look, it's not... Well, they've never been great at this.
No, they haven't. It happens a bit, but it's fine. It's fine.
I am so on board for them being like, we know it doesn't look great, but it's the scale. You need to see the big rocket.
They're so much better at it now. Like,
yes,
you see shots of them like the way they film the TARDIS now, like with the open doors, and you can just see into it, and there is depth to it. It's clearly not just a flat image or just like a little painting of what it should be behind them. You know, it's they've, I don't know what they do, but they've actually managed to get some actual depth to it now. But yeah, we're not there yet.
I saw someone on Twitter this week pull up a Series 2 clip from, I think it's The Beast Below. And, you know, maybe that's related to something that was happening this week on current, where we are.
No, I don't think so. Lauren, shut
no,
up.
fair enough.
Lauren,
Yeah.
shut up. Not that I would ever tell you to shut up because you're a beautiful man.
Okay, yeah. Well, no, of course, but I understand in that circumstance, yeah.
Keep talking, Lawrence, my famous catchphrase. Lawrence, talk more.
No, but I love the I don't know if we ever really brought it up back in the day. I'm sure we must have done, but just the recurring theme of like whenever the Doctor and Rose left the TARDIS in Series 2, my God, they couldn't shut that door quick
that's the thing that's the thing I always notice with Doctor Who. They always have to enter it like one at a time, and they will very quickly close the door behind them as they just quickly hide themselves behind one half of the door.
And if there's ever a bit where like the Doctor needs to pop his head out of the TARDIS door, then it's shot from the angle where you can't see what he's peeping out from.
I will say they were kind of clever about that in the Jodie Whittaker era, in that they built that into the actual interior of the TARDIS. They build like the other side of the doors.
Really?
Well, yeah, because like with the Jodie Whittaker TARDIS, like when you walk through the doors, like there is the other side of those doors there. Like that is part of it. Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah, clever, quite clever. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, they were like, nice way to save a little bit of money here.
You clearly remember nothing about that. Yeah.
I remember I've watched the first Jodie Whittaker season twice over, and I've seen Flux once. Does that count?
You've watched more than me then, because I've only ever watched that entire era once.
Really?
I've not seen that era since it was broadcast. So.
Wow.
So I'm quite excited to revisit all that sort of stuff.
So, the dynamic, this is more lore for the podcast. We're going to get to another point in the show where I've seen more than you've seen.
I think somehow I'll still know more than you. But
almost certainly, but hey-ho.
but we'll see. That wasn't me being mean. That was friendly.
Amy's got a message on her hands, Nathan. Her hands beeping, or not beeping, it's flashing.
It's flashing. Yeah, we hear her telling herself to get out because she can see the creatures. Again, we don't know the names of them yet. This is a big thing. Like we've been calling them the silence because we know that, but in story they don't know that. It's just the creatures. Okay. Yeah. It's a really cool moment when like the door, like Amy's trying to get out and the door is locked. So she runs to the window on the other side of the room and like goes to open it, and then she notices all the markings on her hands and arms, and they've just like suddenly appeared out of nowhere. And then there's a flash of lightning, and we see them then all over her face as well. Yeah. It's terrifying, man.
Was it Todd Haynes you said directed this?
Todd Haynes? Toby Haynes, I think.
Toby Haynes, I meant Toby Haynes.
You meant Todd Phillips.
No, I'm not. No.
Director of your favorite movie.
Oh, here we go. Not true. Check Nathan's letterbox. I can prove it.
Yeah, it's my favorite movie. Actually.
It's not satirical. Great moment. It's just directing on God mode, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just
it really is. Yeah.
Nice little visual thing there. I will say RTD1 is the blueprint, Nathan, if I can coin that phrase. Your favourite episode, School Reunion.
No, okay, you know. I know where you're going with this.
Would you agree that this is an insightful point and thoughtful analysis I'm drawing upon?
I respect you and your opinion, but I politely disagree.
Okay, well, no, that's polite. That's fine. I'm allowing that.
Okay. But
I'm allowing that, Nathan.
No, go on, finish that, because I know where you're getting at, but go on.
The little Krillitane sleeping upside down, being all like, well, we're a little pack. We're like bats.
Russell didn't invent that, though. Like Russell
no, but RTD1 is still the blueprint, Nathan.
No, okay.
Hack Moffat copying.
I would say it was perfected. Yeah.
No, I would agree with that. It looks so fucking it looks slimy and gross.
It does. It looks so creepy and gross, and they're all together like an actual little horde and a little pack and stuff. And
like
why do they all sleep upside down? I don't know, but I like it.
Don't their ties fall down?
No, they got slick suits.
Oh, I see.
You got little tie. You got those little tie pins, you know.
Oh, they do have the pins.
Yeah,
Don't
they
they?
got those little pins.
Yeah, but does the bottom flap not come down?
Well, that's in their suit. We can't see it. It's a close suit.
Oh,
Isn't
okay.
It? Yeah. So.
They've thought of everything.
Exactly. They got tailors, man. They got tailors. Yes. No, I like this because she sees a whole bunch of them on the ceiling. Amy, that is. Amy sees a whole bunch of them on the ceiling, and it seems like she's absolutely done for because they all start waking up. She's like terrified. They're all going whatever noise they all make. But then suddenly a door just creaks open and grabs her attention, and then she's fine because she's instantly forgot about them.
Yeah.
So moving on, I guess.
This might be an incredibly British reference, right?
Okay.
Are you familiar with that old advert of a man who is taking advantage of a woman, but the man can see himself on
he's
the other
banging
side
on-
of the window?
Yes, I am.
And he's like, "Don't do it! Don't do it!" And it's
By
a
the
very
way,
insensitive ad.
that's not just advertising the concept of sexually assaulting someone. By the
Yeah,
way,
no.
it was an ad campaign to like say, "Hey, don't do this." Or
Yeah.
I think it was a think driving. A think alcohol thing or whatever.
It was probably something like that. Either way, it was a very thoughtless, like, let's throw these images on TV at any random point.
What do you mean?
It's not great, is it, for someone that is a survivor of something like that, just to have that imagery tossed on the screen?
But it is like clearly saying, "Don't do this." It is like,
Yeah,
it's not being like, "Hey, look at this! Isn't this cool, kids?" You know.
yeah, everyone should get about doing this.
It is saying this is bad and should not happen.
Yeah,
know?
no, I understand I'm not confused by the theme of the piece.
I understand that, and I'm not suggesting that because I never would suggest that. Anyway.
Fuck, you know. No, but that's me. When Amy just forgets and all is well in Amy's little mind, and I know there's some slimy little bat silence things coming down, and I'm just banging on the window, basically banging on the TV, being like, "Amy, run!"
Yeah. I think a better reference would have probably been Interstellar.
All right, well, fuck you then.
Not that I'm, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying maybe a more what's the word I'm looking for? A more well-known reference would be Murph, please.
All right, but
No,
what is this show
Murph.
if not specific and niche
That's true.
British references? Yeah.
That's true, yeah, which some a certain portion of our audience will not understand.
Yeah.
So there we go.
That's on you. You should have been there.
That's your fault for not being British. All right.
Yeah. Viva England. Did we lose the football today? I didn't care to watch.
Football was on today.
I love us. Never change.
It was just on. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, something. England were playing someone.
I don't know.
I saw various Instagram stories of like, "Come on, Lions" or whatever, and I'm like,
Up the boys. We love them, but we support the boys.
and like if they lost, it'd be like, "Well, we did well. What did you do?" But all right, fine.
We did well. To be fair, we did well. Oh, we'll get you next week. Isn't that a Michelin Web sketch?
Probably.
Yeah, it is. Who's this we? You're not playing.
The only football Michelin Web sketch I know is the infamous
football.
"More football all the time."
Look at it. It's gonna move.
It's gonna move.
I love that one.
That's
And
an
it's so
incredibly
accurate
good.
as well, because if you've seen those adverts, it's so fucking bang on.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much.
Where the Titans are playing the Giants, making them seem both normal sized.
Well, the Titans of Ipswich. Serbia versus England, apparently. Let's have a look.
Who lost?
1-0 to England. Up the boys.
Up the boys, go on,
Up
lads.
the boys. We bloody did
We
it.
did so well.
Yeah. And we helped.
I can't wait until they lose and then England fans unreasonably decide to go and just abuse people's cultures that appear in England. Remember when they lost to Italy in the Euros and they were like smashing in the restaurants of like little like family-run Italian pizza restaurants and stuff?
Makes you proud, doesn't it? Brings
Yeah,
tears
what an
to your
impressive display of
Yeah.
class, guys. Well done.
eye. Fucking idiots. Anyway, here we go. Nixon comes to get the Doctor out of trouble, which this is a concept which comes up a couple of times in this episode, and I love it because it's very fun. But yeah, the Doctor's like he's been handcuffed by these NASA guys, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing, breaking into our little spaceship?"
Yeah.
And he's like, there's a moment where he says he's on a secret mission for the president, and they're like, "Oh yeah, really? Well, why don't you go get him then?" And he just has this moment where he just like flicks his hair back and is like, "I've sent him a message. Actually.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have you know.
It's such like a little clapback moment from him. It's very funny. And I love that. I don't know if it happens here. Maybe it does. But it definitely happens later. But whenever Nixon walks into the room and just goes...
It happens here. It happens here, yeah.
It's very funny. I like that.
And I know that from my note that says stupid fucking fanfare for Nixon.
It's great. I love it. And I also love that Rory and River are just his aides now or something.
Yeah, they're just alongside.
They're just like dressed up in their little suits and everything. I like it a lot.
I tell you what I do like about this. I like that Nixon seemingly has no idea why he's there. So he kind of walks in and he's like, well, gentlemen, first things, God bless America. And second thing, what's going on? And he's like, well, we found this reprobate tinkering with the rocket. And the doctor just mouths, sorry, at him.
I love that moment. That's great.
It's so good, yeah.
Great gif. It's one of my favorite gifs. I use that one a lot.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen us bust that out a few times on the podcast when it's delayed by an hour or so.
Yeah. If the podcast is delayed, you'll always see that as sorry gif. Yeah. Lawrence is editing this week, so maybe you'll see it tomorrow. Who knows? Or today, if you're listening. Maybe you've seen it by now. That's how time travel works. Anyway, not that Lawrence would ever be late because he's a beautiful boy.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. So kind.
I love like they break the doctor out or whatever. It's like, this man here, codename the doctor. He's doing some work for me personally. This Nixon guy, he's good at getting Nixon's peas. Bang on. He's President Nixon, who's doing some personal work for me.
President
Nixon. He's very good at it. But yeah, I like that they get the doctor out and Rory's just like playing with the little module model and then just breaks it and just tries to put it back on but can't. So just drops it on the desk and then just goes, America salutes you, and then does the British salute.
Yeah.
And then leave.
I didn't consider that. That's brilliant.
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh god, it's so American. It really makes you feel like, because we don't see it a lot pop up on the show. When we do, it's like something we kind of comment on, like Captain Jack in series 1 when he arrived. We were like, oh look, and look, sorry if you're American, but the joke of Captain Jack in the first season is, look at this big dumb American idiot.
Didn't we say it's like what if the Doctor was American, basically?
Yeah, and it's like, I've got a gun, a sonic gun.
Instead of a sleek little, British police box, he's got a big over-the-top spaceship that goes invisible, and then instead of a sonic screwdriver, it's a big sonic gun and all this sort of stuff. He's a one-to-one if he was in the States, basically. But I do. This just feels so overtly wrong in Doctor Who. I don't know, what are you hoping for? Oh, just a healthy American, sir. Get it out, get away. I thought that was good because it felt bang on. It felt like they kind of, and again, if you're American, I don't mean this in like a negative way, but that they are a patriotic country. Maybe not so much these days, and especially in younger generations, but it's a very patriotic country.
This was the build up to First Man on the Moon. This was like as patriotic as it gets.
This is prime fucking we're America, we're number one era and stuff. And America is, again, a patriotic country. It's always a bit of a culture shock for whenever British people go to America for the first time, because just the sheer amount of American flags you will see is insane. It's just like driving down the street, it's just one every 2 seconds. It's just everywhere. And again, it's just not something we're used to. We don't have that kind of patriotic nature here. I mean, there is a fucking flag shagger, certainly, and they're like, I love the Queen, and actually we should pay more taxes, actually. I'm like, do me a favor, you fucking idiot.
Please can we pay more taxes for you to spend them on nothing and waste the money. Fucking stupid. Yeah, we've got no country pride, apart from, like you say, a few flag shaggers, but hopefully they're dying out. But then we've spoken about this as well, where they're just teaching all their cunt fucking kids to do the same shit.
Yeah, but they'll all get bullied.
Yeah, good.
By us.
Good. You should kill us all on sight.
And spoilers.
Sorry.
Anyway, beautiful moment. Here's something. Why is there a time difference between the orphanage and Cape Kennedy, since they're both in Florida? Why is one happening in the middle of the night during a thunderstorm and one is seemingly in the middle of the day?
I got one word for you.
What?
Vibes. Imagine the orphanage in the daytime.
I know, But then just do the Apollo 11 at night.
Yeah, that would have been cool at nighttime, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, imagine all those like little tag lights shining on the Doctor, and he's like, I'm making Lego or whatever. Like, that would have been fun.
When I was writing this note, I did think maybe they're just at different times. Maybe it's timey-wimey stuff. Maybe the Doctor is 12 hours ahead of Amy, and they can talk over the phone because they can do that, and it's time travel. Because we know that they can talk over time before. That's happened in Doctor Who, so it's not out of the question. Does it make sense in terms of why they would be doing that? Maybe, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. It's just something I noticed, and I thought, that's a little weird. And then I tried to fix it in my head.
I love that you do that.
Yeah.
But the vibes. It's just
I know
vibes.
I know the vibe. But then
secret.
But then I'm saying again, just do the Apollo 11 at night then, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it does check out. And I feel like we need to get Hack Moffat on the phone.
No.
No. RTD1 never would have made such a mistake.
No, never, because that is all airtight, as we famously know.
Canton and the Weirdo are shooting the ship. We get a little bit of little girl astronaut lore here.
Yeah.
The silence have just told him over and over again the child must be cared for, which is why he hasn't been able to leave. Because I guess he's just there to maybe we'll get round to this again in a little bit when we talk a bit about the spacesuit when the Doctor and River checking it out. But like, does this work? Would the guy be needed? He's not like making her little sandwiches and sending her on her way every day, is he?
No, but I guess
just so she's got somewhere to sleep, I suppose.
I guess, yeah. And like, if anyone comes to the door, the silence can't exactly answer it, can they?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe they can because they're just like, whoever's there will just forget, I guess. But
they're skulking about a lot. I kind of want to see what they get up to when no one's around, like, because this should be like their.
I don't think you do, because that would kind of ruin the mystery of them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but like,
you want to see them just sat about having tea.
I kind of do.
Just sitting cross-legged in a little tea party with a little girl. Like, you know, in Toy Story, when Buzz is like, he's Mrs. Nesbit or whatever.
Mrs. Nesbit.
There's a silence with the little apron and the little...
He's only got one arm.
He's got a little teacup on the plate. The little girl's like, drink up. No, and then the silence. Little drink. Oh, that's good.
Well, they might be looking after her like that. We don't know. They might be all little dads.
Maybe. I don't know, but maybe. Somehow I'm not getting that vibe from them, really. But
No, maybe not. Do you reckon they tried to teach her how to sleep upside down? She just couldn't get the hang of it.
She kept falling.
That's why they gave her the independence. They were like, fuck this. Can't be arsed with this.
Yeah. Anyway, Amy is still sleuthing about. She's walking the hallway. And then one of the doors, there's a little hatch in the doorway, which opens up. And
this looks so bad.
We see that... I don't think it does.
I think it looks awful. All right.
I think it looks like a hatch in the door.
Maybe this is because I have tried to do this several times. And I edit people that... No, but I do. It's my job.
And he's a lovely man, and you're right to do that.
I don't know. There's just something about the fact that I've tried so many times to create the perfect 3D swivel and tilt so that something lines up in like an angled frame in the PNG or something. I've tried so many times to land that perfectly, and I never can. And so my radar for this stuff is off the charts. And I saw it, and I was like, this doesn't look good. And I wish they would have just shot the real person on a door.
This looks good. From what I'm seeing, I'm watching it right now. This looks good. This looks absolutely fine to me. You're an idiot.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
You're a beautiful man, and that's fine.
Thank you.
I think it genuinely looks fine. Like, I would even say it was done practically. If I didn't know any better.
It's so not done practically.
I know it's not. I said if I didn't know any better. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But I think it looks absolutely fine. I think you're a little too close to the situation.
I might be. Yeah.
Okay. And I don't think anyone else is going to have an issue with that, is what I'm saying. But again, you're a beautiful man. You've never done anything wrong.
Has foreshadowing ever been quite so blatant?
Well, let me get into it. She did interrupt me before I had a chance to finish that. He was like, it's
Apologies.
bad, actually.
Okay.
Yes, so Amy sees the face of a woman with an eye patch in this little hatch. She opens up the slot, the hatch in the door, and she says, no, I think she's just dreaming. And then the hatch closes, Then Amy like opens the door, but then there's no woman on the inside, and then the hatch itself is gone. It's just a flat surface on the door. So it's like they were never there. I mean, yeah, it's a bit obvious. It's a bit like, well, it's not obvious because we don't know what's going on, but we know that there's something going on. We know that Amy's not dreaming because this, as far as we're aware anyway, is real.
Yeah. No, I'm with you in that sense, and yeah, like it's not blatant from like I wouldn't see this and go, I know exactly what this means.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking
I know
in the
that
past.
She's cum or whatever.
Yeah, she's the cum woman, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just talking about like in the past where they've had like Vote Saxon behind the scenes and Bad Wolf kind of, yeah, Bad Wolf was evident, but we had no idea what it was. Whereas this is a woman outright sliding a door being like, what's Amy up to in wherever she is? Ah, she's fine. See ya.
No, I think it's fine because I think again it's like it's blatant and it's like it is saying look at this because it is a moment where you are supposed to look at this, but then it's not telling you what it is. It's not. It's saying look at this, but we're not going to tell you what it is, and then you get to think about it and theorize about it and stuff and speculate and see.
It is certainly interesting, just the whole like, oh, I think she's just dreaming, and it's like, what does that mean? Ah!
Yeah, exactly. Because we know she's not. We know this is real. We know this is happening. So. But then that was something that happened. So what is going on?
Yeah. We spoke a lot in Series 5 about like this kind of evolving puzzle, right?
Yeah.
And because Season 6 is way more hazy for me, because I've watched Season 5 over and over again, right? But like Series 6 is not really a series I've maybe seen the odd episode here and there, but I've never binged the whole of Series 6 in a very, very long time. And so, although I do know like where all the mysteries go, it is fun to like have my memory jogged by these little things and be like, how does that work again? Like it's quite effective, and there's already quite a few Series 6 mysteries going on, which I'm quite enjoying so far. Yeah,
no, you're right. It is cool to see these little mysteries pop up again and I'd be like, oh, what are we in for here? How does this work out? I'm looking forward to diving into all that stuff. Amy's exploring this room, and I think we quickly realize it's the little girl's room. It's said room of the little girl. There's all these like framed photographs of her and stuff. But then Amy finds a photograph of herself holding a little baby. And then we're like, whoa, is Amy her mum? Is that what's going on? Is the kid Amy's daughter?
This layers, right? Because like, Amy's pregnant. No, she's not pregnant. False alarm. No worries. Yeah. But hang on, the baby. The baby. Like this is what I was just kind of saying a second ago, right? It's expanding and evolving in a way that's just really intriguing, and like, although it's like that feeling where you have a puzzle and you see all the bits and you're like, this somehow comes together, but I have no idea where to start with this.
Yeah,
it's a good feeling. It's cool,
beautiful feeling. The astronaut has come home. She's like, I'm an astronaut and I'm here. And then she asks Amy for help. And Amy's like, oh, I'm sorry, I shot you. I didn't mean you to, or whatever. But then the silencer also here. Oh, sorry, the creatures come as well. The creatures come up behind her.
No, it's very, very creepy how they like the astronaut is there, and that's already quite a menacing silhouette, even though it does just have a little girl in it. But then the silence just kind of appear from behind her, and kind of create this little triangle formation, and you're like, oh shit,
spooky. Okay. Yeah. Canton is with the guy who's had his mind cooked in the office again, and there's a knock at the door, and I love how you can just clearly tell the guy is talking to one of the creatures, but just because of the way he's like looking up at these like fucking 7-foot fucking creatures, you know?
Yeah.
and
I like that it knocks on the door. Excuse me.
He's quite polite, isn't he?
It's just been doing Mrs. Nesbitt, so it's a little bit.
He's just finished the tea party. We just wrapped up the tea party. We got some cake left over if you want some.
Don't leave without your party bags, boys.
Anyway, the creature comes in the room, and then fucking Canton is like, oh my god, it's a fucking thing or whatever. So he starts recording, and then the creature starts monologuing a little bit. He's talking about his grand evil plan or whatever. Yeah. And then he's like, we have ruled humanity since the dawn of time. We have no need of weapon. Bang, gunshot. Welcome to America.
Yeah. And then Childish Gambino plays, and Canton does a Fortnite dance.
Well done. Well done. No, he's done another one of his cool action lines, Lawrence.
Look, What's that? 4 for 4? We must be more than 4.
No, that's 4. That's the 4th one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, Torchwood Big Finish.
Is it the 3rd one? It might be the 3rd one.
No, he had 3 in the opening. That's how
Did he?
fucking cool he is. Yeah.
What was this? What did he have one with River?
No, he had one with
He had one with Amy.
One with
Rory.
I
think that's it. I think it's the 3rd
No,
one.
there was definitely another one. Look, I'll be editing this pretty soon. Lawrence, insert the flashback here. What did he say?
Rory's saying these things could really do with air holes, to which Canton replies he's never had any complaints before.
Canton is 3 for 3 on one-liners already, by the way.
He's studying action movies.
Good job. Well done, Lawrence. No, right. I like this scene quite a lot because Canton is smart. Right, Canton just goads them every single chance he gets.
Yeah,
he's like, you see him tap his little palm, so he's getting it all on recording, and he's like, "What's the silence then? What you guys up to or whatever?"
They don't know the name of the silence yet.
No, but he's like, "What's your
creatures.
deal?"
Yeah, creatures.
And then he just he Torchwoods them big time. Takes one out of the Captain Jack playbook.
Well, he doesn't Torchwood them because it's not a lethal headshot, you know?
No, true.
Yeah.
But he still unloads a little bit. He
does
like,
unload a little. Yeah. American moment. Which is fine.
Canton and Gwen, big fish. Coming soon.
Canton and Gwen, big finish.
But he's 90.
Oh, but it's old Canton.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Well, that's how it would work out, right? He'd have to be like 90 or something.
Big Finish don't care about that. They'll have young Canton and Gwen and the 8th Doctor and Jackie Tyler there as well. The gang's all here. Anyway. So the Doctor's with Nixon in the White House, and he tells him that he needs to record everything in his office. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this moment because, it's kind of funny from the point of view of this, but then it's also like we're saying this is why Nixon just recorded everything. Like it's a bit like, oh no, he's actually good, but it's not. But you know.
I understand they're limited because they wanted to do the moon, and then they went, we want to have the president to be a part of this. Whoever it was looked up. Who was the president? Oh, fuck, it was a bad one.
Yeah.
Shit. So they're kind of in a box with how much they can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe for me, just don't put it there.
Maybe, yeah. But I kind of, I don't know. I like it and I don't because I like them like giving them a Doctor Who reason for it, but then the real reason for it is just he's a fucking weird paranoid freak. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is what fucking led to Watergate and all this kind of shit.
Doctor Who has a history of like, we quite enjoy it when they like fill in a historical gap. Right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that is often quite cool. And then like this, and then like some other stuff that happens in 13's run. Like there's some moments where you're like, you really shouldn't have done that one. There's like some stinky bits that you're like, I'll cut this, but it was the whole like, Graham, you must be racist to save the world.
I kind of like that.
Do you like? I don't like.
I like
that
Rosa. I like Rosa's a good episode.
It's a good episode. Apart from that, I just am not a fan.
No, I kind of like it.
You see that meme where it's like that you have to do the 9/11 or something.
Don't make me fly the plane, Doc. Yeah.
I'll got all of that anyway. Yeah, it's one of them things you kind of just got to be like, all right, whatever, it's done. Like, but yeah, it is. I don't think they paint him in a good light, but I think they maybe play it a bit too neutral.
Yeah, they definitely don't paint him in a good light. But then, it is. But they're not like saying he's bad either. But well, they are. But yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a bit.
Call him Tricky Nixon later on or something.
Tricky Dicky.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Tricky Dicky. Yeah, which I said last week, Lawrence.
Oh yes, sorry. I forgot. You know my memory.
No, that's fine. You're a beautiful man, and you're allowed to forget.
Thank you. I do like that Nixon wants answers, and the Doctor's like, no. Anyway, bye.
No, bye. I'm going. Yeah. So Amy's in trouble, so the gang all runs off to go to help her. They go to the orphanage, but they quickly realize that she's been taken by the creatures. But her little recording device has been left behind. Somehow they've taken it out of her hand and left it, but it is still linked to her telepathically. So they have this kind of live feed, in a sense, of Amy, so they can hear her, like, whatever she's currently saying if she's like crying and scared, they will unfortunately hear that, which does lead to quite a beautiful scene, I think, where like Rory like saying, "It's okay, Amy, we're coming, we're gonna help you," and the doctor goes, "She can't hear you," and he just says, "She can always hear me. She always knows that I'm coming for her," and it's just, I think that's beautiful. I think that's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's an absolutely lovely sentiment. I think the episode maybe pushes this a bit too far later on. There's like, no, we said it last week. There's some stuff that, you know, like, just leave it in series 5, man. You did this. There's some close the chapter on this kind of thing.
Yeah,
but, like,
but I know what you're saying, and I agree, but I do think it also gets a good resolution. And I know we've already had the resolution.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's just this.
And this is the argument, I guess. But I do think it's a nice, like, I don't know. It's just...
It feels like going through the motions for Rory. It feels like they don't know what to do with Rory at the minute.
But they do, though. They do.
Yeah, there's stuff about Rory that I love in this. Like, we'll get to it in a little bit, like quite soon, I think, actually. But like, I don't know. For me, this is just, I love it, and Arthur Darvill's performance is great. I just think it's a bit of a rehash of an old idea that was more interesting last season.
Okay, fair enough.
That's just me. But yeah, no. At the same time, I do absolutely. I love it for the dramatic tension of it, where Rory's like, she always knows. She absolutely always knows, and the doctor's like, yeah, obviously. And then Amy's like, "Doctor, please come and look after me," or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of bad timing on Amy's part to be like,
yeah,
"Doctor, come save me. Doctor, and only you, Doctor, come save me."
Yeah. And I like that Rory's a bit more defiant about that, and he's like, "I'll bring him with me."
Yeah,
like I'll lead him.
But he says, "It's okay, Amy. He's coming. I'll make sure he comes and saves you, or whatever." So
yeah, it's a little bit like Rory's picking up the last pieces of his of his ego that was just brutally murdered on the floor. But at the same time, it's nice. And Arthur Darvill, like the way he's welling up and the way the doctor just looks really guilty.
Yeah,
like, because the doctor didn't do anything wrong. He's just,
I know, it's
there.
not the doctor's fault. Yeah, he's just there. He's just being himself, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, cooked guy comes back and he's like, I think someone has been shot. We should help.
I like this because at first I wrote down maybe like he shouldn't have made it more than one step out the door thinking someone's been shot.
But he's so cooked though. I think his mind works differently because of this.
There's that, and I also think there's a couple of reasons. It's one, he's cooked completely and utterly. Two, the silence is bleeding out.
Yeah.
So maybe that power isn't as strong as it always is.
Strong, yeah.
Yeah, and the last thing is maybe he's like, I'll let it slide. I really could do with someone coming in and helping me out here.
Oh, the silence allowed it for his own benefit. Okay.
He says to the cook guy, "Help." He's like, "How can I? I forget you exist every 5 seconds." He's like, "No, just this once. Don't tell anyone."
But I think the answer to that is post-hypnotic suggestion.
Yeah. But let me have my fun.
Okay, no, you're right. You're a beautiful man, and you're right to have this fun. And you've never done anything wrong. Where are we?
I like that they kind of barge in. The silence is like it's nice to see them this way. We're used to seeing them, like you keep saying, like 7 foot towering over everyone.
It's very much a wounded animal at this point.
Yeah, it's like the way it's backed into a corner.
Literally, the way it like pushes itself back and like kind of huddles up to protect and defend itself, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, and I like that it's still like he's still the only thing he's got is this little taunt. So like they're like, right, you're half dead. What's going on? And he's like, "Silence is gonna fall, bitches."
Well, this is where we learn. This is the moment, Lawrence. This is the moment where the doctor learns it's the silence, and then he's like, "Oh, so this is what it is. This is the silence." And then we get the flashbacks and all this kind of stuff. So this is quite a big moment for the doctor, I think.
I like the selective flashbacks. It's Prisoner Zero. It's Prisoner Zero. It's
Vampire Lady.
Yeah, Vampire Lady and Rory saying, "Oh, it's bloody quiet, silent out here, isn't it, boys?"
Yeah.
It's not the exploding TARDIS. Silence will fall because they abandoned the voice.
How would they do that?
Because I don't know how, but they abandoned the voice, so they didn't bring it in.
But that's not a very visual flashback, though, is it?
No, but they didn't do it because they made a voice choice, and then they went, "Oh, back that."
Is visual. You can't do a visual flashback to a voiceover.
Yeah, you can.
What would you put it over?
The scene.
As an editor. Oh, so you just put a scene of a TARDIS, just the TARDIS console room with just the voice going, "Silence will fall." That's a visual flashback.
Or River hearing it. I'm pretty sure River hears it at some point.
She doesn't hear it. No.
Well, then I'd make it work because I'm a fantastic editor. So.
Okay, sure.
Look, maybe I don't know who was working on this. Maybe some lesser individuals is all I'm saying when it comes to the keys, Nathan.
Oh, you're making it very hard for me right now.
Yeah, so they get the Series 5 flashbacks. We finally get the answer. This is the silence. So wait, cast your mind back, because I can't remember this at all. But you were obviously 48 at the time this was airing.
Great, well done.
Thank you. I'm just getting them all in while I can. This was a grand reveal. For us, it's quite quaint, obviously.
Well, no, because I think we already knew this. We already knew. In interviews and teasers and what's been said about Series 6 and stuff.
Right, I see.
Going into Series 6, I think we knew this was the silence. In episode 1, I think we knew this was the silence. These creatures were the silence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not like we didn't know that. It's just that in story they don't know that until this moment.
Right. So it's only really a big reveal for them.
Yeah, it's a reveal for them. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And I guess if you're watching it, if you're binging it and not doing,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because
you're just doing a blind watch through, then yeah.
Yeah, and you have no context prior to what these things are. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's quite cool. Isn't that cool that shit can take on a second life like that?
Definitely. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, Canton's been inside the prison for days, Nathan.
Yeah.
I love this. Fucking so stupid.
I love it. It's great. I love that Nixon has essentially become their get out of jail free card. And
yes.
It's just hey, we did a bad thing. We need you to come get us out of it. And he's like, okay, sure.
Yeah. I like this because I think it only happens a couple of times, but this time in particular, he's really fuck am I doing here? What?
Hi guys, I'm President Nixon.
Yeah, it's like his card. You're right. It's a get out of jail. It's I'm the president, so you kind of just got to go with whatever I say here.
Yeah. I mean, why would they question it? But they absolutely should. Okay, they absolutely should. This is Area 51. These guys know some weird shit happens, okay? They should absolutely question the fact that Kansen has been in there for 4 days. He went in there with 2 body bags, the doctor, and nothing else, and he walks out with President Nixon, okay? They should be questioning that, I think.
But here's the thing again, and this is something we don't really often...
why would they? But
but not even that. This is something we don't have to consider a lot of the time because these episodes are mostly set in Britain or in space, right?
Yes.
But when you set one of these in America, look, you could give me a stone to throw and it wouldn't hit a single one of these soldiers who would want to dare point their gun at the president.
That's true. That is true.
It's just no one of them is doing that. No one's going to be the first chip to thing.
I guess that is that blind patriotism that will... Yeah.
Whoa, it's the president! Whoa.
I guess, it definitely does not have the same effect if, just Rishi Sunak just stumbles out, does it? Just, all 4'10" of him just walking out, Yeah.
It would make the situation worse. I'd be more inclined to beat them up.
Yeah, they'd all pull their guns out immediately.
Yeah. Right, so this is the moment I quite enjoy. The River and the Doctor are scanning the astronaut suit. Mm-hmm. They kind of discover it's entirely self-sustaining. It's got food, it's got some healing qualities to it, it's got communication.
It's got a direct line to the president, baby.
Well, technically, just a direct line to the most powerful man alive. Was that Nixon?
Well, yeah, obviously. Who's more powerful than the president? Me.
I guess, but isn't there a whole bunch of red tape that goes with being the president? Joe Biden's always on Twitter I wish this would stop.
You missed my joke, Lauren. You missed my joke.
What?
I said, who's more powerful than the president? And then I said, me. I could fight him.
That's not... What, our current president?
And then you just start, yeah.
I feel like a bag of wind could fight our current...
You don't think I could fight Joe Biden? I can knock him out with a look.
Yeah, but a strong gust of wind could knock Joe Biden out.
Exactly. Anyone could knock him out.
No, I'm just saying, surely there was, I don't know, was Nixon the most powerful,
Who's more powerful?
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to.
Exactly.
I'm opening the air up for some discussion here.
They're also in America. Who's the most powerful man in America?
Yeah, but they say the world, don't they? The suit goes to the most powerful person in the world.
They explicitly say the world?
Yeah, it's the world. It's not America.
We'll find out.
You can do it. I'm right. I know I'm right this time.
We'll find out.
There'll be no static here.
Let's see if there's a static moment, everyone. Okay, they do say the most powerful. River does say the most powerful man on Earth.
So there we go. Also, right? I'm actually right 00 because I said world. River says Earth, and the Doctor's currently on Earth. Why didn't the Doctor get a call?
Okay, but you're saying currently though. But was the Doctor currently on Earth when they were making the phone calls?
Doesn't matter. Hack Moffat.
But no, but that wasn't happening currently. That was in the past.
I don't know.
Exactly. I'm saying if you're gonna make these claims, then
I'm not making any claim. I'm just saying a little thing.
well, who's more powerful than the president?
Me.
No, I made that joke. You can't.
I could beat him in a fight. What did you reckon? All right. So what do they actually discover here with the suit? I kind of got a bit confused.
What do you mean you got confused?
So they say like the little girl, she kept saying that the suit was coming to get her or eat her or something, and then River's like maybe the suit ate her.
Maybe it did, yeah. Maybe because the suit can repair itself, but also I don't think we get this confirmed, but they posterize a theory that the suit can move about on its own without an inhabitant. All right, and the little girl says the spaceman is going to get me. What if it did? What if it like ate her up and she's not acting of her own. She's not acting of her own control. It's actually the suit which is doing all this for her.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's just kind of along for the ride, which would make sense.
She's the inhabitant, the passenger. Yeah.
Yeah. Given a lot of her reactions are mostly like,
help me.
Confused. Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I'm scared. Yeah. She's a little girl.
Yeah. Please don't shoot me in the head. I'm innocent.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it's good. I do like the why did the human race suddenly decide to go to the moon? Ooh.
It's a very cool idea, yeah. I don't think the human race suddenly decided to go to the moon. It was,
No.
The space race was over a decade. Well, like a decade and a half, really. It started in 55. But, like, it wasn't just like, oh, we should go to the moon tomorrow.
Yeah, they didn't wake up one morning and go, moon? Anyone? Yeah. They didn't. You know when people put a message in the group chat, what's the motive? Moon?
You know that meme, like, moon tonight, queen? Moon tonight? Moon tonight, queen? That's the silence to Nixon. Moon tonight, queen?
Anyone for the moon?
Yeah, like it wasn't suddenly, but I mean, the silence have been here. They would say the silence have been here for thousands and thousands of years, influencing human culture. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of sudden, but sure.
So if they've been there for thousands of years, influencing culture, like, are they happy with this? Are they happy with the state of the world in the 60s?
The silence?
Yeah, are they like,
they're loving it.
Great
This
stuff.
is what they want, I guess.
They should get out more, shouldn't they? Out of their little mansion.
They're weird little aliens. Well,
yeah, true. They just want to sleep upside down and be silly.
yeah, exactly. Have tea parties with Mrs. Nesbit.
With Mrs. Nesbit now.
Well, one of them has to take on the role of Mrs. Nesbit.
I understand, yeah.
They change the apron and the hat every time.
Who's on Nesbit duty? Oh, it's me. I mean, yippee. Great stuff.
And then there's one that's like, there's one that's like, who's on Nesbit duty this week, and then they don't get it, and they're like, oh fuck, I really want to. I mean, yeah, I'm glad it's not me. I would hate to be Mrs. Nesbit. I really fucking wanted to be Nesbit.
They go back to their room, and like there's a bunch of silence asleep upstairs, so they just they pull out a little trunk under their orphanage bed. They've got their own apron they've been working on in secret.
They got a little framed photo of themselves as Mrs. Nesbit. And they're just loving this joke. Like, one day it will be my turn to be Mrs. Nesbit.
That's how they all got their powers. One of them was caught stroking their own apron. They got so mad. They were like, right, they must forget this. Everyone needs to forget what's going on.
This podcast is so fucking stupid. Oh, well, sometimes I'm baffled that people listen to this. Anyway.
Same, yeah.
Anyway, Canton has some kind of doctor help the creature, like give it some kind of like first aid look over, and then he's like, "Why am I in here for no reason?" Whatever. which is pretty fun. And then he gets the silence to monologue again, and then just records a little video of him.
Mate,
like,
this is what I'm saying. He's playing chess. Everyone's playing checkers, right? He's one step ahead 24/7. He doesn't even know what this fucking thing is, and he's like,
No.
I'm going to use it to kill you, though.
this is a camera phone. Whatever.
This is what I'm saying. He's got torture in his blood. Right? He's holding a device. He's like, I don't know what this does, but I'll find a way to kill you with it.
You should join Torchwood and be good at it.
Yeah, even though he's 90.
Even though he's 90, they'll have him.
They will have him. They'll have anyone.
Exactly.
They have Reese at one point. I think Reese
they?
joined the ranks for an episode. Yeah.
He was definitely part of it during Miracle Day, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is that the one where Gwen is holding a newborn baby and is shooting a handgun out the window at a helicopter?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, that poor baby.
I'm sure it's fine. So Rory. Oh yeah. So there's a scene where Amy's talking very vague, purposefully, and Rory thinks Amy's talking about the Doctor. When she says like, "I love you. My life was boring before you just dropped out of the sky. Just get your stupid face where I can see it, okay?" Which whatever, a little weird. But then I do think it leads to a nice conversation between the Doctor and Rory, though.
It does. Where it goes is nice, but I don't know. Maybe we can talk about this again at the end of the episode when the resolution comes about.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, no, I like the conversation between the Doctor and Rory. I like that there's this different dynamic between them now. They're both these kind of men that are too old.
Technically, Rory is older than the Doctor at this point. If you take the 2,000 years, Rory is older than the Doctor. Really?
Which is fucking insane. Like,
is weird.
I think we spoke about this a little bit before, but like, it's crazy to give like Rory is by the books the most normal companion,
and Rory is not 2,000 years old himself. Rory is whatever he's supposed to be, 23 or whatever. Good looking 23-year-old.
30 looking 23-year-old.
30 looking 23-year-old, but so what? It's fine. But like, yeah, Rory is not 2,000 years old, but he has the memories of a version of him, which is. But sometimes he does, but sometimes he doesn't. And I like that.
I do too, because it doesn't change Rory, so to speak, but it gives him this kind of more serious perspective.
Yeah.
Right? So like when things get a bit real, when shit's kind of fucked, and like you say, like in this episode, he's no idea where his wife is and what's happened there. He just hears her calling for help. Like he kind of is able to tap into a version of himself that is like not as powerful as the Doctor by any stretch, but that kind of hardened over time. And where he's able to kind of just put shit behind him and be like, let's fucking get on. I need this done.
I do like them saying, like, the Doctor, like, comparing what's happening with the silence, like, in, taking over to, like, the Roman Empire. Like, it's not an invasion. They've won. They're here. The places are occupied, It's like the Roman Empire. And then Rory just says, Rome fell. And then the Doctor goes, I know, I was there. But then he says, so was he. And it puts them on equal footing, really.
It does.
They're both of the same cloth, really.
And that's the dynamic I can get on board with. This whole like the Doctor and Rory could both be viable choices, right? Of a suitor. I just hate that they're doing it twice. Like, it's an interesting dynamic for Rory and the Doctor.
I don't think they are though. That's not what the show is doing. It's just it's a moment of confusion on one character's part, really. And yes, and it's also like purposefully written in a certain way.
Yes.
So like the dialogue is purposefully vague and stuff, but it is still just one person's confusion though.
Well, you said it last week. Apparently, at the time there was supposed to be this like, is the baby the Doctor's? Did they sleep together?
We'll get into that.
Yeah, no, we will. Yeah,
yeah, we'll get into that.
I like their new dynamic. It's good. Right, we finally get to see what Amy's been up to. What's been going on over there?
She's in the chair.
She's in the Timu TARDIS chair.
She's in the Timu TARDIS chair. There's a chair in the Timu TARDIS. She's been there for like a few days, really.
I like this moment where Amy's like, how demoralizing must it be for Amy to be like, you don't know what you've done, you stupid little things, right? Like, my mates are gonna be here and they're gonna fuck you up. And then the Silent's been like, you've been here for like 4 days, mate.
Yeah.
TikTok goes the clock, and where are your mates?
She is right though, because like 30 seconds later, the TARDIS does pull up.
Yeah, it's a humbling for Amy, and then it's immediately a triple humbling for the silence.
Exactly. I love this moment. This whole sequence is just top-notch perfection. Okay, this is incredible. The TARDIS arrives, the Doctor walks out, he's got a TV in his hand, and just this whole sequence is just immediately so cool. He does briefly mention that he's seen one of these before, the Timu TARDIS. Are you happy?
Yes. Now? Yeah, I am. So I'm getting this correct, right? Because obviously last week I was a bit confused.
Yes.
So he says, I've seen one of these before, but it was abandoned. Wonder how that happened. Guess I'm about to find out. So is this the same thing?
No,
same
no.
place?
I don't think that's what he says. No.
Does he not say that?
No, I think you got the dialogue wrong there. No. It's definitely not the same one.
Okay, it's not the same thing. Okay.
It's definitely not the same one, because I was confidential.
Okay.
Seen one of these before, abandoned. I wonder how that happened. This one is abandoned. I think that's what he's saying. So this one.
But then he says, I wonder how that happened.
Yeah.
In the past. Guess I'm about to find out now.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's not the same one.
Fucking confidential. This could be the same one.
But it's not, though. It looks different to the last one as well. The coloring's different and everything.
Yeah, but Silence might have put some of their own fucking little RGB gamer strips in there. I
don't think it's supposed to be the same one. I don't think it is. I think
Silence have got a streaming setup on the TV.
Stop doing this weird bit. I don't think it's supposed to be the same one.
Okay.
Oh my god, the flirting, Lawrence. You know what I've been saying these past few weeks? There's a moment in a Series 6 episode where they flirt and I get genuinely horny.
Okay.
This is it, man. The moment when they go back to back and there's a little back and forth between them and they're flirting and they're saying, I'll kill the first 6 for you. Or 7, honey. Stop it. Make me. Oh, it's so hot.
It's the way they're leaning against each other fully. And they keep tilting their heads onto each other's shoulders. And I'm like, whoa, what's all this?
These two must have amazing sex. They have to, man.
Sometimes there's things I say, you act like it's the end of the world, and then you come out with shit like this.
No, but he's horny. It's sexy.
No, stop.
It is, though. It's sexy.
Oh, but it's horny.
It is very sexy.
It is horny, and it is sexy, I will say. Yeah, it's really nice to see them just brazenly flirt. And even Amy's like, yeah, not top of the priority,
boys. Guys. Amy's strapped to a chair. She's been tortured for days or something, bless her, and they're just flirting in front of her.
The doctor says something like, I shouldn't like that, but I do, and she's like, thanks, and I'm like, I get it. I get it too.
He says, what does he say? He says, my naughty friend is going to kill the first 3 of you to attack.
My naughty friend.
He calls her his naughty friend.
God, that's loaded, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot.
Lovely stuff. Lot. All right, now is the point.
A lot, Lawrence.
I see this. You're practically lifting up the desk over there, Nathan. You need to calm down.
That's too crude, Lawrence.
Oh, fuck you.
That's too crude.
All right, this is where the Doctor offers them a surrender, right?
Yes, yeah. Well, not quite, no.
It's in and amongst all of this stuff. There's a lot of words.
No, what I'm saying is that he doesn't actually offer them a surrender.
Oh yeah, it's a little.
He pretends to, but then says, "Nice try, but it's not Christmas" or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like the whole you want a bit of this?
Yeah,
like no, and he's like, well, I was chatting shit anyways, so fuck you.
But I do like it because yes, he does offer them a surrender. He does say, yes, people have died. Yes, you have done some terrible stuff. But what's the point of 2 hearts if you can't be a little bit forgiven once in a while? But then he's like, trick, I'm going to kill you all, actually.
Yeah, Uno reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look. This is the point, right? We spoke earlier at the start of the episode. This is the point where, and I feel like I need to do a massive kind of.
Wait, this is the point of the episode you don't like?
No, right. And here's the thing. This is I can't remember what the term is called. I need to do a little thing, like a little asterisk, I need to add a little. What are they called? A stipulation.
Oh.
Maybe I'm using it wrong. Who knows, right?
I don't know. I think context is fine. Well, I guess I don't. That means I don't know what you're about to say. So
okay, all right. And respond to what I say. Don't judge me on the word use.
No,
right?
you're honest. You're a beautiful man. I've never done anything. I've never once thought so. Anyway.
Okay, good. Right. So I love the writing of this scene. I think the writing of this scene is really clever. I think how the situation is resolved is really smart. It's a great way of putting all these episodes moving pieces together in a way that feels like, yeah, this makes complete sense.
Stipulation is the right word, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the most satisfying conclusions of like, oh, all of the clues were there.
Mm-hmm.
And this was always the way it could have been solved perfectly.
Yeah.
But I hate it. The Doctor.
What, because he commits a genocide?
No, because he makes everyone else commit the genocide, right?
Yeah.
This is the thing with the Doctor. I am fine with him being pissed off, and I'm fine with him... It sounds ridiculous, but I am fine with the Doctor genociding a race that have been warned and have carried on, and the Doctor's like, this is just something. This is the burden I have. I have to stop this for the good of the human race continuing. Right? I don't mind him taking that burden on, but turning he says, you've raised an army against yourself. Turning every single person on Earth into a murderer is a bit full on for me.
It is a bit full on. I definitely see where you're coming from. It definitely is a bit odd for the Doctor to just be completely okay with completely wiping out the Silence and having people just beat them to death or whatever.
That's why it's because it's so like guttural.
We should probably say what actually happens.
Yeah, really. Go on. Give some episode.
So it's a great moment, I think. I think it's a great fucking reveal, and it's great because basically they use the footage of Neil Armstrong landing on the moon, and they intercut it with the footage they had that Canton recorded of the Silence, and the Silence very specifically said, "You should kill us all on sight." So they take that footage, they interlace it with the most famous footage in the history of Earth. And that is why they chose this footage specifically, because who has not seen the landing on the moon? Yeah. Who has not looked back at some point in their life, gone on YouTube, watched the moon landing footage? Who has not seen that footage in a movie, in a TV show, in a documentary, in whatever? It's probably the most viewed footage in the entire world, okay? And that's why they chose this moment specifically, so that every human across history will look back at this moment and they will see the Silence ordering them to execute them, basically. And I think the Doctor even says, like, what does he say? You've given the order for your own execution, and the whole planet just heard you, he says.
And this is what I'm saying, right? Narratively, and like from a writing perspective, this is incredible, right? It's cool. Yeah. One, it's amazingly cool.
Yes, I think your issue is it's just a little OOC out of character.
Yes, it is. It is, and it's like you look at a painting. You're like, you don't like the painting, that's fine. It's still an incredible work of art that you would never be capable of.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't have to like the content or the content and the context of it all. Like,
you see, I get what you're saying, because I also do feel that. I definitely think it is a little out of character, and it is a little strange for the Doctor to suddenly be like, sure, I'll kill this. But he has done this stuff before. This is definitely not the first genocide he'll commit, and it probably won't be the last.
No, but, he can't sleep until he's genocided everyone. Yeah.
But yes, it is a little strange that he's so willing, especially because they do have the moment where he says he'll let them, it's fine, he'll forgive them. What's the point of having two hearts if you can't be forgiven? But then he's like, no, trick, actually, I'm just gonna kill you.
Yeah, and that's the other thing as well. Like I was saying a second ago, right? Like my issue is in the bigger sense of like the Doctor making everyone else do it. If there was I know it would be narratively awful, but if there was a big red button that was like kill all the Silence and the Doctor pushed it, I'd be like bit full on, but not entirely out of character for the Doctor. The thing that's out of character for the Doctor is just being like, I guess like kids as young as 10 could be looking up the moon landing footage and then going out with a snooker cue and beating the shit out of something.
Yeah, it's true. It is pretty weird. I don't hate it because of that though. Like
I said, the presentation is amazing. The music, scoring of it all, lovely. Yeah. I just think it's not the Doctor for me anyway.
Yeah, and I can see where you're coming from.
The Silence should have said, "Don't clip that." then it would have been fine.
Chat, don't clip that.
Chat, don't clip that.
Chat, don't clip that.
The ultimate stream out of context. All right. So you it doesn't bother you as much. You like genocide, is what you're saying.
No, I don't. Don't say that.
Chat, don't clip that.
Chat, don't clip that. No, it doesn't bother me as much. Because I get it. I agree, and I do agree. It is definitely a little bit out of character in it, and I can see where you're coming from, and it is definitely a bit of a strange choice. But I just think I'll answer with a quote from yourself earlier, but the vibes.
The vibes are immaculate. It must be said.
The vibes are good, and also maybe I'm just distracted because I'm too horny as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you are at this point. You would be nursing a semi. So.
Come on, no. You see, I'll say I'm horny, but I don't allude to anything like this. Come on.
All right. Let's. We got to race through some of this stuff.
Okay.
We got to get on.
Anyway, the Doctor and River start shooting all the silence and stuff. Love this. Very fun. I love where there's just a moment where the Doctor does like have his mic drop moment to the silence, like, oh, this is what's going to happen. And then he says, I think quite possibly the word you're looking for is, oops, run.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean us, we should run.
Yeah.
We should run. That's quite good.
I like that the silence just get really fucked off and they just start doing their little big mouth lightning thing.
Yeah. But yeah, River starts going ham and just starts shooting them all. I love the little back and forth between them where she's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm helping. She says, you've got a screwdriver, go put up a cabinet.
I like that the Doctor then just does go as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think she's the only person that could successfully send him out of a scenario like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Was there anything confidential about like all the effects work in this? Because it looks stunning. River shooting everyone, like all the sparks flying and.
No, there wasn't really. No, it was more so about like just the look of the silence themselves and the creature design and everything. But yeah, not really anything about like the effects or anything here.
I guess for them it's the Doctor Who special, isn't it? Like it's just sparks on a wall kind of thing.
Yeah, and it does look great. It does. It looks beautiful, and it's great seeing like just River just go fucking ham. There's a moment where Rory is like getting Amy out of the chair, and she says, "Just get your stupid face out of here." So a bit of a resolution to that moment.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, it's me." Yay. Anyway. Yeah, and then River has like killed all the silence, and then Rory just says, what exactly are you a professor of again? And then one more silence jumps out and she does the classic shoot it without looking over the shoulder trick. Archaeology, love a tomb.
It's so good.
My God.
I'm barking again.
The Doctor is a lucky man.
That's all we'll say.
Anyway, yes, nice Amy and Rory moment where she reminds him how much she loves him and only him, which is sweet. She like tells him, "You're a fucking idiot for thinking that." Actually, even though it was a bit vague, but you are a fucking idiot. So yeah,
it was an incredibly poor choice of words. If I was trying to communicate a singular idea.
Yeah, but to be fair, she didn't know they were listening. She didn't know.
That's true, but like
she was just speaking.
Isn't a large part of Rory's character that he's known Amy since the dawn of time? I don't think he ever distinctly fell out of the sky into her world. Like, didn't he grow up in Ledworth with Amy?
But that's what Rory says, though. Rory says fell out of the sky. She says it's a figure of speech. Is it? But sure.
Yeah. Firstly, it's not. Secondly, it's extremely specific to one other man in your life.
It's true, yeah. But whatever, it's purposefully vague anyway. I love the wrap-up moment with Nixon where Nixon's like, so we're safe again. And I was like, what? No, of course you're not safe. There's about 1 billion other things out there waiting to burn your whole world. But if you want to pretend you're safe just so you can sleep at night, sure, you're safe, but not really.
Is this the paranoia thing? Is this the origin of Nixon's paranoia because of this?
No, I don't think so. He wasn't scared about aliens.
No, but he was like, head over his shoulder 24/7.
No, I don't think that's what they're saying here. No.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't like Nixon.
Okay, great.
No, I do like that scene. It is a fun little scene. The way it's very alien of the Doctor to be like, oh. No, dude. No. Shit's fucked.
You are under constant threat all the time.
If you could see up there, man, they're like starting a party. Which one is going to kill you first?
Yeah. And then, Nixon asks him if he'll be remembered, and the doctor just says, they are never going to forget you, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good way out of that situation, but I think that's where the episode indulges just a little. Just like...
I like that. That's a bit of fun.
It's a bit of fun for the doctor, but I'd take a stance. Fence sitters.
I don't think that's a moment to take a stance on. They're just saying they're never going to forget you, which is true.
The doctor should have said, "No, you're a fucking piece of shit, dude."
But he's not. He's not going to say that, is he? He's not going to give him spoilers for the future or anything, is he?
No, I guess not. But still,
he's just. I think that's a good moment. Actually.
No, it's a fine moment. I don't know. The doctor drops River off back to prison.
Beautiful scene, beautiful moment. We get our first River Doctor kiss, and well, I should say, earlier in the episode, River had a very beautiful line where she says, I wrote it down, where is it? Our lives are back to front, your future's my past, your firsts are my lasts. And this is the Doctor's first kiss with River. And it's great. It's a nice moment. It's a bit of fun with the Doctor being like, oh, what? Oh, we're doing this? Okay, he's flailing about and stuff. But then she's just immediately like, what's wrong with you? You're acting like we've never done that before. And then there's just like a hint of fear in her eyes as she's saying that as well.
Yeah.
And the doctor doesn't have a clue. He's just like, we haven't, but bit of fun. And she's like, no. And it's just sad because that means that's her last kiss with the doctor. And it's so heartbreaking, man.
It's a very bittersweet moment because and that's what this show's quite unique for, in the sense that like this moment is two completely different things. This moment that is the exact same is somehow meaning completely different things for the two characters it involves.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
It's a great. I mean, we spoke about this way back in series 4 anyway, but like it's just an overall amazing concept that is just
100%.
Every time they touch on it, I'm like, oh, this is fun, but also sad.
It's so sad. It's so heartbreaking. It's like, and the doctor like says, as he's going, says, you know what they say? There's a first time for everything. And he steps into the TARDIS and leaves, and then River just says, and the last time, and that's just, so heartbreaking. Poor River. I want to give her a hug and a kiss.
I do too. Well, both of those things are true for me too. Maybe some more.
River. No, Lawrence.
Anyway, we're not going to be barking next week.
We're not. Yeah, they're over next week, unfortunately. Yeah,
unless Mr. Brown, the pirate, can do it for us.
Mr. Brown.
He's the Paddington man, isn't he? He's the Paddington dad, the pirate.
Oh, Hugh Bonneville.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I knew he had a name. I just couldn't remember it.
Anyway, we don't have time to talk about that, Lawrence.
True.
Amy and the doctor talk about the pregnancy.
Yes.
Amy says she thought she was, and again, this is a moment where again it's like briefly they're implying it is his, but they're not. Like it's like only for a second you're like, oh, they saying? Oh, no, they're not.
Yeah, when it cuts to Rory and the look on Rory's face is like, no.
Yeah, but then they're not saying that in what they're saying though at all. Like,
and see, this is the thing for me. It's nothing.
Yeah.
So stop doing it. It's just a weird thing to do.
It's a weird bit of tension, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It feels like a unnecessary drama to give Rory something. And
I think you need to get over it.
No, I do. I'm just saying. Look, if RTD did this, you'd be all over it. So I'm not hearing it. All right.
I think you need to get over it. I think it's. I think it is worth noting that Amy wonders, like, she says the reason she told the doctor and not Rory is because, like, what if the fact that she was pregnant and she spent all this time traveling through time had some sort of effect on the baby and the pregnancy or something, and that was what she was concerned about, which is why she told him. And we'll just leave that there, I guess.
Yep, we'll park that. The doctor scans Amy. We don't see the result of the scan. Is she pregnant? Is she not? Who knows?
Well, no, we do. The TARDIS can't decide. That's what it's saying. It's going.
Oh,
pregnant.
I see.
It's not going. Is she pregnant? Is she not? It's going back and forth. It's saying pregnant, not pregnant, pregnant, not pregnant. So.
Oh, I thought it was like a spin wheel scenario. Where it's I haven't quite figured out where we're going to land yet.
No, it's saying pregnant, not pregnant. Because we see it like a few more times throughout the season, and it's still always flicking between the two. So it's...
okay.
Yeah. It's flicking between pregnant and not pregnant. They can't quite figure it out. So
Doctor's like, I've got to update this shit. What's going on here? Yeah.
I got to do an iOS update. So yeah, something's going on. The TARDIS cannot see if Amy's pregnant or not. So
It can't.
Strange.
However, Nathan, 6 months later.
6 months later, there's a little girl. Not just any little girl. The little girl.
Yeah, the one.
The girl of the piece. The little girl of the
The
piece.
little girl of the piece. The Mrs. Nesbit enforcer.
She's going to force this homeless guy to be the new Mrs. Nesbit.
She goes, you,
put on this apron. Anyway, she's in New York. It's 6 months later, and she's homeless and dying, which is kind of sad.
Well, I like this because she's dying because there's no suit, right? There's no silence to look after her, and there's no suit. Yeah,
and she's also a little girl homeless, so of course she's fucking dying.
Yeah.
She's like, she's not getting medical care. She's not getting food. She's not getting any kind of care at all. She's living on the streets, and she's a little girl, so she's dying. But yes, she says she can fix that. She starts to fucking regenerate, Lawrence.
Yeah, plot twist.
What a twist. I remember watching this for the first time and my jaw fucking dropping.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my mind just exploding the first time I watched this.
It's the master.
He's back. What a twist. What a great moment.
Who are the other Time Lords everyone got? Every time anyone looks like a bit of a Time Lord, they're like, it's this person. The Valiard.
The Valiard is the Doctor, Lawrence.
Yeah, I know, but people say this.
No,
don't
they don't. No, they don't.
Do they not?
No, the Valiard is the Doctor. The Rani.
The Rani, yeah.
Yes.
And then there was a character called Rani in Sarah Jane Adventures, and everyone was like, whoa. And it was nothing.
I haven't seen Sarah Jane. Well, not all of it. I've seen some of it. I've seen that Soda Pop Boy.
Do you know, just really quickly, I know we're way off, but here.
Way over time, Lawrence.
It's me. It's fine. I'll allow it today. All right. You know Maria's dad from Sarah Jane Adventures?
No.
He's the okay. he's the dumb himbo that dies in Casino Royale.
Don't know who that is either. So that's 2 for 2. There's that one guy I don't know plays that other guy I don't know. So that's great. Thanks for that.
All right, fine. She regenerates. Nathan, push the button.
What himbo?
The himbo, you know, the one that's like in the beginning when they're doing James Bond is on a mission and he's in Sierra Leone, I think. And there's a snake.
Oh, the guy
pit.
who's like, "Don't touch your bloody ear," or whatever.
Yeah, the guy that touches his bloody ear.
Oh, that's
Maria's
him.
dad.
Well, I wish I knew who Maria's dad was.
Yeah.
But I now know he's that guy in Casino Royale for 5 seconds.
I should have saved that gold for Casino. No! Just press the button. Press the weirdo button.
Weirdo of the week! Weirdo. This is everyone's favourite section of the show where we get to take a chance to look back on some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screens each and every week. Lawrence, please, for the love of God, tell me, who is your weirdo for this week?
It's Nixon. It's President Nixon himself. Yep. Oh, here he is. Hello.
I'm President Nixon.
Okay, cool. I can't believe we actually skipped over this in the episode. We didn't mean to, but I'm glad I get to bring it up now.
No.
So it's Nixon because he is not a very progressive man, Nathan. That's why he is my weirdo.
Oh, yes, we didn't talk about this, actually. Yeah, poor old Canton.
Yeah. So Canton was kicked out of the FBI because he wanted to marry a person of color. And what made it worse for Nixon was that he wanted to marry a man of color. What did they say? Are they black? And he goes, yes. And then Nixon starts saying so, and he goes, he is. And Nixon is perplexed. The idea.
I think the moon is far enough for now, Mr. Delaware.
Yeah.
Then he has that look on his face.
Yeah, he kind of like side eyes. He's not fourth wall breaking, but it kind of side eyes the camera and is like, ugh. So that's Nixon. Nixon for not being progressive.
So your weirdo of the week is President Richard Nixon, because he's homophobic. As if that is new information about President Nixon and therefore makes him weird.
It had it in the episode. The character was in the episode. The character did it. Its information is as far as Doctor Who is concerned. This is a character reveal, a trait as established. Sure. And all I'm saying, David, is that look, right, someone's got to call this behaviour out. And if that someone has to be me, then so be it. I don't mind doing that.
You are pushing it now, okay? You are fucking pushing it now. You are on thin ice.
Okay, all right.
I feel like you're taking advantage of my situation this episode.
Maybe it's...
Lawrence, I hear you asking who's my weirdo.
Yeah.
And I definitely have one.
Oh, fuck it up.
No, it's... Let's say Amy, for that vague dialogue choice.
All right. Do you know what? I'll give it to you because it is a vague dialogue. I would be more inclined to give that to the Moff himself.
Oh, sure. Why not? Stephen Moffat for that vague dialogue choice then. Sure. Are you happy?
Yeah, it works. It works now.
Look, I can't really think of a weirdo, okay? I don't know. There wasn't many standouts for me. Of course, there was the guy who was cooked, and there are some like, weird moments, but we talk about them throughout the episode, and I didn't want to not talk about them for the sake of this fucking weird joke we do every week. So
also, the point of that cooked guy is that he's a weird guy.
Yes,
like,
he's
it's kind of his whole deal.
Yeah, and he's cooked as well. It's not his fault. He's just cooked.
Blood's cooked.
Blood is cooked. Yeah, sure. It's Moffat for that weird dialogue, and also making the Doctor do a genocide and be happy about it. So sure.
Yeah, it's no good. It's a poor show.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, Nathan, it is that time of the show where we get the audience to have their say. What happens is Nathan tweets out a post, lets everyone know what episode we are recording and when, then our lovely loyal listeners can send in their thoughts, and we get to read out a handful of them, starting with the tweets. So, this one comes in from Joshua Broadhurst. And I really like this one. 11 releasing his inner 9 by getting the villain of the week to kill itself.
That's good stuff.
It's very fun. This one's quite similar, but I was enjoying the collection of them. From Schmitty Soccer. And they say, I like the implication that the Silents were defeated because a couple of pub geezers just beat the shit out of them.
That's good.
But it's true. That's a point of the episode. I like to imagine just anyone in any scenario from the 60s onwards. Like, that could take on so many forms, so many comical deaths for the Silents.
Yeah, true.
And this last one from Batoothy Pie. They say, who else remembers Doctor Who Silence Day? God, this fandom was cringe back in the day, but I'd take innocent cringe over bigoted controversies these days. You know what? Take me back. And I didn't know about this. Do you know anything about this?
I have a vague memory of the Silence Day. Yeah, it was. It was a Tumblr thing, from what I remember.
It started on Tumblr. I'm not going to read out the whole thing because it's quite long. But it was basically someone went to school with tally marks on their hands, and another Doctor Who fan was like, Whovians, we should set aside a day worldwide where we all go into school with tally marks on our hands and arms and freak the world out a little bit.
I remember reading about it and then going, that seems interesting, and then never thinking about it again, probably.
Yeah. But right, I like what it is. It's a healthy bit of Tumblr cringe from back in the day.
And there's plenty of that.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, yeah. Did you have a Tumblr?
I did. I was in the trenches, Lawrence. I was there.
Okay.
I was in the trenches during fucking Super Hulock, the Mish Apocalypse, all of this ancient Tumblr lore, fucking DashCon. You think you know DashCon? You weren't there like I was there, man.
I don't know it.
You don't know DashCon? Look up DashCon. These hallowed halls.
Do I want to do that?
It's not that bad, really. It's just there was always just like, oh my god, Tumblr should have a convention, and then someone like, oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do DashCon. Let's do a Tumblr convention. And it just was a disaster. And it was
it just fizzled into nothing.
It was just fizzled. You've probably seen the meme from it. It's just the ball pit pool thing. But
okay.
Anyway, don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah. My point is,
awful.
I was there. I was in the trenches.
I see. Are you in the trenches of the emails?
I am knee deep in the trenches of the emails, Lawrence. And this first one is from Sam Nixon, whose subject line is, I am not related to Tricky Dicky. So there we go.
Okay, good. Good to know.
Hello, boys. Brackets appropriate, given that's Mark Shepard's catchphrase in Supernatural. Something I know, because I've definitely watched that show.
Same, yeah.
Hope you are well. Had to get in touch to talk about my favourite solution to a story in Doctor Who ever. Like Lawrence, I'm a little fuzzy from here on out on the episodes, but I always remember the return to this episode because I think the Doctor's solution to a seemingly impossible problem is just very, very clever. By turning the monster's own power against them, especially as it's through a piece of media that won't ever not be watched, as it's a landmark in human history. We'll ignore that the Moffat makes Amy literally shoot a child and that he turns humans into psychopathic, murderous, anti-alien deathmongers. It's Doctor Who. We roll. Yeah, I think that's what you just need to get over and just think about.
Yeah, all right. Look, I'm just raising the point.
Lawrence, don't worry about it. All right, shut up.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
Besides that, there's just some great moments in the episode, from the spooky orphanage to Rory's blokish energy once getting the Doctor out of a sticky situation with NASA Homeland Security. Still adoring the pod, and I'm starting to see Nathan's blind nostalgia replace Lawrence's. Don't argue against it, Nathan. Evidence, the Fez argument 1 and 2. It does not work with Eleven's outfit, as hot as Matt is. I respectfully disagree.
Yeah, you would.
As I'm fuzzy on the episodes, I'm rewatching this season alongside you, which is a lot of fun. So stay excellent. I won't be forgetting you guys anytime soon. Keep on legging, Sam.
Yay.
Thank you, Sam. We love you and we love hearing from you. This next email is from Edward Alsop. Subject line, Day of the Moon. Hi, guys. Hoping you read out my last email. I don't think we did. Sorry about that. Currently finished midnight. Here's something. Okay, so Edward is going back and he's making his way through the podcast. Okay, so he's not caught up currently. So Edward is currently unaware that at one point we killed off the reading every single email we get.
Oh no!
in the Still Got Thoughts segment. So there's going to be a heartbreaking moment once Edward gets to the end of time part 2, where they will realise that is no longer the
Hopefully
case.
they understand.
Hopefully they understand. I hope you understand it, but we can't. Yeah. We just can't read them all out, unfortunately. But we do appreciate it all. No, they say, not sure if I spelled Larry's name correctly in my previous email. Every episode, I have a feeling that some timey-wimey stuff will occur and my previous email will be read out. It has not so far. Oh no, this is heartbreaking.
Oh no.
I do think that the Silents are one of the best monsters that the Doctor Who has. The whole surprise everyone is still alive felt a little flat for me. The setup Series 6 very well, however, it does have some serious flops. Starts well, struggles in the middle, except a good man goes to war, and ends very well. Interesting. Looking forward to the rest of Tennant's run and the start of Matt Smith. Obviously, because they're still going through that. And the start of Matt Smith, who is underrated IMO. I appreciate I have again missed the boat on where listeners are from. I currently live in Hull, which is, of course, mentioned during Blink, the place where Sally's mate is transported to, which always puts a little smile on my face. I, too, live in Hull. Let's go for a beer. We probably won't. Below link to the daily Docky Who quiz thingy, if not already done. There's plenty to do from previous days. This is how I spend the first 5 minutes of work each day. And then they've linked to Hoodle. We have spoke about Hoodle before. I'm sure you'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I brought it up once. It's a fun little.
It goes
little
off on the Discord.
It does. It's big. Popping on the Discord. Everyone's popping off there.
You need to coerce Nathan into a beer, and when you're having a beer with Nathan, you need to ask him to read out all the emails that he hasn't read out. That's fine.
Well, don't do that. And then this last email comes in from Nat Caterino, our good friend, who says, "Hey Nathan and Lawrence,
hello,
boys. Let me bring my mom skills to this battle of the intros." Let me say mom doesn't quite work, but
yeah, well, you have to respect the culture.
I have to respect the culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me bring my mom skills.
Mom.
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 Mars needs moms.
No, I'm done with this.
Okay, sure. You're both lovely humans with different ideas of what makes a good intro and a bad intro. I personally enjoy them both equally. However, if Lawrence is not getting any enjoyment out of it anymore, then I hereby rescind my vote for alternating intros from Pierce's poll on the Discord server, which I believe was only won by one vote. Lawrence, choose your own audience. May the odds be ever in your favor. So there you go.
Oh my God, balls in my court?
No. On to the episode. As an American, I profusely apologize for the whole horrible BBC America intro. I don't think you guys see it on iPlayer, but unfortunately it plays on Max, the US streaming platform. What a horrid time in Doctor Who's history. Yeah, we haven't spoke about this, but Series 6 is... we used to have it on Netflix. When Doctor Who was on Netflix here, Series 6 did have the... My name is Amelia Pond, and the CW Doctor Who intro.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah. Quite rough indeed.
Imagine Doctor Who being on HBO Max sounds fucked, doesn't it? Like, that seems like an alien concept.
Any more alien than it been on Disney Plus?
I've had longer to come to terms with that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Anyways,
please
continue.
It's on both now, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, Matt Smith's patchy beard makes his first appearance, I think. It's really not great. I don't mind it. I think it's fine.
I don't think it's that patchy either, is it?
I don't know. I think it's fine. Now, this outfit for River is so much better. Glamorous gown, makeup and hair on point. Absolutely no notes. 10 out of 10. I love the outfit she miraculously changes into after her swimming pool escape. Even better, especially in that scene at the end. Oh, you are not wrong. Both are better than the double denim. Sorry, boys. Hey, no, I'll agree. This is a much better look than the double denim. Though I do enjoy the double denim.
Yeah.
This is a better look, I think.
The double denim has its place, but that doesn't mean other things can't have their day in the sun.
Absolutely. I always thought that the caretaker in the children's home, Dr. Renfrew, I guess that's his name, was a play in words for Renfield from Bram Stoker's Dracula. They both have a creepy, serving a supernatural entity vibe. Ooh.
That's fun, yeah.
That's interesting, yeah. Holy suit talk, Batman. River and Rory in their 1969 American outfits give me life. They're standing calmly in the background like they're the only American side characters, but then you notice, and it's incredible, my queer heart in June, Happy Pride Month, is full of joy. River's hairstyle and the cut of her skirt suit are straight from Mad Men. Rory's glasses make me swoon, and his British salute, brackets the American salute, looks different, in case you didn't know. The palm faces downwards. I'm aware.
Nathan picked up on it, yeah.
I'm from a military family, so I'm aware. Is the perfect cherry on this perfect little Sunday of a scene. Gee, I wonder who that creepy woman is looking through that ominous door. I think we'll never find out. What a silly little mystery. Coolest line, the silence, we have no need of weapons. CED3, yeah, welcome to America. Nat says cue Childish Gambino song here.
There we go.
So I know where you've been getting your notes from.
No, you always say this, right? Two things can be true.
You've been checking the emails again.
Fuck's sake.
I will say, I do notice that whenever I go to the emails to check if we have any, they have all been read. So,
I just click open on them to get them off my screen, my home screen.
Well, don't, because I need to know if I've read them or not, Lawrence.
Sorry. I'll just swipe them away.
Well, don't. Okay. Or just turn off notifications for them, okay?
Yeah, I could do that. That makes more sense.
You could do that. It's time for my Weirdo of the Week. This week it's the Doctor knowing about Nixon's future. The Doctor tells him to record everything or they won't know if he's under the silencer's influence. Really, Doctor? Moffat may be the Weirdo of the Week. I don't know. It grinds my gears how we take this abhorrent historical figure who recorded all his conversations because he was paranoid about anyone and everything, and we make it into something necessary to prevent an alien incursion. Is this Moffat trying to say that the Doctor invented the circumstances that eventually allowed Nixon to be held liable for the Watergate scandal? Either way, I don't like it. Boo! I do like that reference to David Frost, though, especially since that movie came out only 3 years before this episode, so we ignorant Americans actually got the reference. You don't know what movie that is, do you?
I don't.
Frost v. Nixon.
Oh, yes. Dawn of
Starring
Justice.
Michael Sheen, Lawrence.
You missed Dawn of Justice. I made a good joke.
No, I didn't miss it.
Cold.
You've used up all your goodwill, man. It's all gone.
Fucking hell. It's just a slew of insults that are going to come in the outro. I can feel it.
This Amy, Rory, Dr. Triangle they try to shoehorn into this two-parter is a challenging time. Rory has been waiting for Amy for 2,000 years. Amy chose Rory and married him, and they've gone on multiple honeymoons. I get that Rory has insecurities, but they really write Amy's Neuralink dialogue purposefully vague, so the audience is supposed to think she's talking to the Doctor.
Yeah.
And I really hate it. Can we move on already? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm with that, yeah.
Did you know I have psychic powers? I predict at least a 10-minute tangent on the 11 River flirting in the Ackman Road TARDIS, with a particular emphasis on River's epic shooting spree, and it will be entirely warranted. She is absolutely on fire for that scene. You pretty much bang on that.
Yeah, it's fair enough, yeah.
Tell you what, thanks again for an excellent podcast. The Doctor Who fandom can be a strange place these days, boy can it. But the Still Got Legs family is a lovely safe space for us all. Thanks for cultivating this wonderful quirky community, and happy Pride to Nathan brackets and Lawrence the ally, I guess.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, look, my weirdo did the work, all right? That's all I'm saying.
Look, Lawrence has said it before. The L in LGBT stands for Lawrence.
It does. Yes, it does.
That's what he said. That's what he says. You see, he has that on a t-shirt. Lots of love, Nat, she, her. P.S. Can you guys ask Dr. Disco to draw a baby with a time head? I deeply need to see that actualized in reality. We can't tell Dr. Disco to draw anything. Okay,
Yeah.
That's between them and God. Okay,
And Dr. Disco feel no obligation whatsoever.
Dr. Disco, if you feel compelled to draw a baby with a time head, feel free. But hey, we cannot put that on you. You draw. You can only draw the. What am I trying to say? Draw what you want.
Yeah, you don't need Nathan or my permission to do so.
No.
I'm still reeling from the Doctor Club, to be honest.
Amazing. Every now and then I go back and look at it and I notice something different. I noticed recently there's a little do it for her poster, and you know, like the Simpsons, like do it for her, like with all the pictures of Maggie, which Homer has on.
Oh yeah,
on his wall. There's a little one of those, do it for her, but it's got like pictures of Clara and Yaz and other companions.
Oh, that's cool.
On there in the background, which was very cool. I enjoyed that quite a lot. It's beautiful.
God.
It's beautiful stuff.
We're gonna have to post that in the Discord again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll post it right now.
Do it. See if I care.
Great. Okay. Is that it, Lawrence?
It is. And thank you very, very much for listening, everyone. If you've enjoyed the show, please feel free to leave us a 5-star review. It would be very much appreciated.
Or even if you haven't enjoyed the show, please feel free.
Yeah, just review it, but like don't let your level of enjoyment dissuade you from doing a 5-star review, is the point.
You can say whatever you want about us as long as it's a 5-star review.
Yeah,
you can say anything. Like, well, not anything, but like
don't be sparking hate crimes and cultural wars.
The
and
obvious stuff. Yeah, stay away from the obvious stuff. But like, 5 stars. Say what you want.
Yeah.
As long
Green
as
light.
it's not- Yeah, sure. Why not?
You can follow us on Twitter at StillGotLegsPod. You can also send your thoughts every single week over email to stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com. And we just mentioned it, we also have a Discord server. The link to join is in the show notes. It's a fun, safe space and no spoilers as well, which is good stuff. If you feel so inclined, we also have a Ko-Fi link in the show notes if you want to help us with the running.
We do. I should have mentioned this up top. We do. But thank you to Catherine who donated this week. I immediately messaged her like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, stop!
Stop! You don't have to do that." But thank you, Catherine. It's so very nice of you. So thank you for supporting. You absolutely legend. Been on the show and she's supporting us. Insane behavior. But we love you, so thank you. Also, shout out, speaking of Discord, shout out to, I believe it was Dr. Strangelove in the Discord server who celebrated a birthday this week.
Nice.
PS has now put a little bot in there, which, or added to the gadget bot, I guess, which it now has a birthday function, so you can put in your birthday and then you'll get a birthday message on your birthday when that comes up. So
I both love and hate that little gadget bot because Pierce is somehow, like, can sometimes take over it, and I'm like, fuck you, gadget, and it just insults me. I'm like, I thought
As
you
it
were a
should.
robot.
As it should. But yeah, go there, add your birthday to the Discord if you haven't already, or if you want to, that is, and then you'll get a happy birthday message in the Discord. And
Indeed, you shall. And with the Ko-Fi, again, everyone is still welcome to always enjoy these for free. There's absolutely zero pressure, but it's just there.
Zero pressure. You can donate as little or as much as you want, as little as £1, as much as $1 billion, and we do encourage donations of $1 billion. So,
we do. And also, as little as nothing is also probably applicable as well.
Well, then, no, but that's not a donation.
No, but just the way you said you could donate as little as you want, and if they might not want to do £1, they might do nothing.
But then do nothing then. But what I'm saying, if you do want to donate, you can do it £1, and that's absolutely fine. That's the lowest you can donate. The lowest you can donate is £1. But that's like I'm saying that if you only want to donate £1, great. We would absolutely appreciate that, even if it is just £1.
What happens if I want to donate 99p?
You can't.
I'll just send it to you.
I mean, yeah, you can just transfer me 99p. Okay.
That would work, I guess.
But I mean, it's pretty pointless in this endeavor, considering this money is for us in the podcast. So
yeah,
you're just sending me 99p. Anyway, Lawrence, I kind of stress that we've gone too late. You're using up all your fucking goodwill. Okay,
yeah,
pushing it.
All right. Let me be quick, Nathan. We have another podcast as well.
You're a fucking beautiful man, Lawrence.
Thank you.
We certainly do have another podcast. It's called Another Happy Pod. It's our pop culture podcast where every week we get together to discuss something in that realm, be it a movie, be it a TV show, be it Indiana Jones, because we are making our way through those movies for June.
Yeah.
What a better way to celebrate Pride Month than a man with a whip.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
There we go.
Right, thank you for listening. We'll see you next Monday at 10 a.m. Stay groovy, stay cool, stay sexy. If you believe they put a man on the moon.